never seen a video, Nasty. I have never seen a video, Nasty. I wouldn't. I have far too much.
How can you judge on a video, Nasty?
Oh,
You've never seen one.
Look, if somebody tells me, as we get these reports in from Europe, from America, and from this country, that a particular video, Nasty, contains that, and that. I actually don't need to see visually what I know is in that film.
Research is taking place and it will show that these films not only affect young people, but I believe they affect adults as well. It goes far too far.
I have never seen the videos. I have never seen the videos. I wouldn't. I have far too much.
How can you judge on it?
Oh,
You've never seen it.
look, if somebody tells me.
Fuck yeah, man. That I like that last title too.
Yeah, people need you to make that.
I like that last title, Bloody Thatcher. That's killer.
Bloody Thatcher. Yeah, it was just a mock up, that one. That's but it's a really good mock up cover.
I'd be like, damn, I need to buy now. I want to see that movie.
Like a Mrs. Doubtfire with her fucking scarf covering her Adam's apple.
Right.
If that's not a tranny, I don't know a tranny.
Are we doing, gents? We all right?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Good day.
I love it. I'm having a great time down here in the South. I'm excited.
Yeah,
It's another day, another great day.
You know, we're back doing the backstroke with alligators and all that good shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's warm enough out. People got their dune buggies and shit out, so they're just riding around the neighborhood now. It's really cool.
Shooting their guns and shit in the air, like
no, it's chainsaws and dune buggies today. Guns are probably tomorrow after Jesus in the church.
Yeah, that's true.
Loaded up on sugar water.
Yeah. Well, you can tell it's been a long while for me doing anything like this, hosting a live show, everything. Because at the beginning, then I was like a fucking monkey with a stick. I was just just poking away at anything. You know what I mean?
I bet, man. That's a lot of shit in that video.
Yeah, and like I say, it's been a while since I've hosted anything on this channel as far as live streaming goes. So this could be a clusterfuck at any point. But fuck it, it'll be all right.
Yeah,
I know the theme in general. Most people will know by now. We're going to be having a look at the original DPP Band 39 list.
Right.
I know this is something that both of you guys have wanted to look at for a while. I know you, Dirk, have been chomping at the fucking bit.
Yeah, man.
You've just been buying fucking everything up. We'll have this, we'll have that.
Yeah.
And it's a cool thing to buy into. You know what I mean? Like we've discussed before, there isn't a lot of good titles in that 39. They're not outstanding films.
No, they're not mind-blowing, groundbreaking, but you know.
Yeah, but I think it's the lore and the backstory that goes with those titles that make them worthwhile collecting.
Also with me, it's like, don't tell me I can't do this shit. That's how I look at these filmmakers. You know, don't tell me I can't watch this shit. Don't tell me I can't listen to what I want to listen to. You know, censorship, it can go fuck itself. You know, that's just how I look at it. But
yeah, and like I said, to a point in the UK before the BBFC got involved and the DPP got involved, most of the things were uncertificated, so they were pre-searched. So if you picked a title up from the UK now and it's got the symbol on the side that says it's PG 12, 15, 18, whatever it is, before that point there was no rating in the UK. And this is now why we've got the rating system in the UK of what went on at this period of time. So it's a whole minefield of stories and sort of ideas that they wanted to go through that led to the point of time where we are now. But then you sort of look at the stuff that's being released now. It's way more over the top than any of that kind of stuff that ever was.
Yeah.
But they used all kinds of excuses, do you know what I mean? To cut films, to edit films, to ban films.
And how do you go about that too? You know, like that's all based on people's opinions, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's so crazy to me. Like,
so it was based on a team of people's opinions.
Right.
That the film was given to them. They sat down and watched it. And then they discussed what sections they thought weren't suitable for public viewing, and then decided whether we take those out. If we take those out, how much of it's being removed. So at the end of the day, the first 39 films on that list, obviously, we're only looking at 13 today. We're going to go through the first 13, but the whole 39 films on that list were banned and prosecuted. So when I say banned, again, everyone just thinks the title wasn't available at all. It was available. What was actually banned were the full unedited versions of those films.
Right.
So
cut up so bad.
Yes. Yeah. So once the film had been edited, once the film had been cut and it had gone back to the BBFC for a review and a rating, then that film could go out. The only thing that was banned and the only thing that was prosecuted was the uncut, unedited film. And to get that over the line, the DPP used a thing called, I think it was a Section 4. It's either a Section 2 or a Section 4 of the Obscure Publications Act of 1959, which was known as the Defence of the Public Good. So
the greater good.
It's just And meanwhile, while that's going on in the States, you know, we got this bitch named Tipper Gore, you know, putting explicit lyrics stickers on music, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't completely ban it, but you know, in the long run, what it did was people wanted to buy that shit more.
They see that label and they go, it must be good.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I can tell you if let's just say, for instance, I'm buying Arrow titles.
Yeah.
And I see that right there.
Yeah.
18.
and it's a blind buy,
Yeah.
I'm more likely to get it. I can
Right.
tell you that.
Yeah.
Then if I saw a 10 or a 12 or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
it says 18, it's probably pretty fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, but even in 18s, if on older films like that, even an 18 certificate, an 18 rating, doesn't completely mean that film is unedited.
Yeah.
You could still get edited films, still get films with sections taken away from that have still been classified as an 18.
Yeah.
There used to be an X classification in the UK. We don't use it anymore. I would imagine that it's still there. They just don't use it. So I don't think since the sort of like 70s, maybe the early 80s, as a film been given an X classification within the UK. And again, it wasn't just us that was doing this. You know what I mean? You look further across the pond, you look to Australia. Australia was having the same problems over there, probably even more so than what we were over here. And probably the Australians still have an issue with it now. But what raised its head in the UK was the way the press went to town with it, and the press just went fucking crazy.
Oh man!
And
Yeah,
I mean,
you guys and your fucking papers over there. Oh
Yeah,
my god, the
that
tabloids and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm listening to some of those old interviews with Mary Whitehouse, and I'm just like,
Mary Whitehouse.
She don't know shit about none of these films.
No,
it's just what she's been being told, and
yes, and basically what it was with Mary Whitehouse. She was a prominent figure. She was an older lady with moral values, family values that the government could rely on. That if they wanted to try and push something, that she would probably get it over the line because she was a good figurehead to use. She wasn't a politician. She was just a figurehead of that time. So the shit that she was talking about, she had no idea what she was talking about. She was being told what to say. She was being told what to look out for, and so much
basically like our politicians.
Well, even this was the problem as well. Is the politicians in the UK that were pushing for this stuff were backbench minor politicians that weren't doing anything, and to be seen as viably doing something, a couple of them came up with the idea of this. In a way, I get it. I do get it. You know what I mean? You wanted Cannibal Holocaust falling in the lap of a 6-year-old and watching it. You know what I mean? I do get it to a point.
Yeah, but that should come down to the parents.
Your 6-year-old.
It shouldn't be up to the government to control.
It wouldn't. See, at that point, it wouldn't have been the problem of the parents. At that point, that 6-year-old child could have walked into any video rental store and rented that film without being challenged.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, I did it all the time.
We could do that anyway.
We did it all the time. So, like, if I found if I seen the Beast Within, I'll never forget. I seen the Beast Within. It said banned in 50-something countries. I'm fucking renting that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Faces of Death and shit like that. I'm getting that one too. So, it intrigued me more that you're trying to deter me from it. So.
Yeah, and it had the same effects over here as well as to the point. Obviously, these 39 films are like holy grail now. You know what I mean? The hardcore collectors are looking for these original pre-cert VHS tapes, and it's the holy grail of that kind of stuff. Tapes are passing hands for stupid amounts of money. Again, it's not my thing, but as a standout piece to have in your collection, you know what I mean? It's probably one of the best things you could probably do if you've got the money and time to do it.
Right.
But it's
the banning is the real problem. The editing is the real problem for me. It's like if you want to make it rating or sell it in a brown paper bag, that's fine. But don't edit it and then that's the only thing you can get. And like that's happening in the United States today.
Right.
And it's revisionist history. They're going back and like what is that movie Mel Brooks?
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
They've cut the shit out of it.
Yep.
And that is now going to be the only way you can get it.
And that's
so the
total
old
bullshit.
Unrated cuts are going to be the only ones of value, going forward.
Because whatever, man. It's a piece of history in cinema. it shouldn't be fucked with. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. See, the problem which we had around here as well in the UK was the police in certain areas. So from borough to borough, police forces change. Police forces come under different jurisdictions, and those different police forces viewed what was going on with the video nasty scene in different light. The problem in the Greater Manchester area where I live at the time, the guy who was the head guy at Greater Manchester Police was a very, very devout Christian, and he was just trying to ban things off his own back to the point as he was trying to get put on the list. The Burt Reynolds and thingy film, the Little Whorehouse of Texas.
Oh yeah.
He was pushing for that one. Never seen the film. Had no idea what it was about, but he thought within that title there was something that wasn't just, and they wanted rid of it. Well, that was just nonsense. You're picking titles at random just to get rid of them. You can't do that. You know what I mean? It just doesn't fucking work. And they're like the problem. Is some areas were worse than others. Some areas were being raided.
I couldn't even imagine.
Trade conventions were being raided. Shops were being raided. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was taking your stock away, checking if you had the edited versions. If you had the edited versions, you'd get all your stuff back. If you didn't have edited versions and somehow you still had an unedited copy of something within there, they was taking that copy away from you, destroying it, and then fining you. You know what I mean? At the time, there was like fines of £10,000 going around because you had a film that you'd rented out that had like 9 seconds extra in it that shouldn't have been there.
And there's people that actually did time behind this shit, right?
One gentleman did 18 months, I think. I think all that got overturned at the end, and you know what I mean, that it was all sticky subject. I think that at the end for the government and the police force. But yeah, it's a minefield of information. It's a really good thing to look into. And like I said to you two before, a lot of this shit on these lists, and the lists are big. There's like 150 odd titles over the entire things. There's a handful of these films that I like. And for me, it's not about the films. It's about the lore and the story that was attached around everything. Don't get me wrong, there's some of the films within these lists that I absolutely love. I'm not the biggest of horror guys, but the ones that I gravitate to, a couple of them are on this list. You know what I mean? So it's just a fun, interesting way into getting to know the real facts, the real information about what happened in the 80s. And it's a good collection to start. Like you said, Dirk, you've managed to do all 39, which is fucking great.
It's insane. It's
exception.
Part of the better word.
Yeah, exception of one. You know, I didn't get Werewolf in the Yeti yet.
Yeah,
but I'll get it eventually. I'm not gonna pay $75 for a fucking DVD. I'm just not doing it. So.
Yeah,
I mean, the story is what makes it, elevates it even. You know, like there's a movie I own. It's called Hard Rock Zombies.
Yeah,
it's trash. It absolutely is. It's not a movie. It's a mess. But when you find out the stories behind it, that is why it's good. Spookies, another one.
Spookies is another.
Oh, I love that.
The story behind it is what makes it. You know, when you know what went on behind the scenes is what it really. And you know, like I said, some of the stuff, it's more about, like you said, the lore than anything.
Right. Yeah. So if any of you guys that are watching now live, thank you very much. Yeah. We'll have a look at some comments in a second. If any of you guys are picking this up on the rewatch afterwards, and it's something that you're interested in, is the whole sort of band film element to it all. There's a couple of things you could go out and check. And one, I mean, we've had a look at this before. I've showed this before. It's a DVD documentary called VHS Forever, Psychotronic People. You can pick it up really reasonably priced. Have a look on eBay for it. This is about 60, 70 minutes documentary that some guys put together who was obsessed with the whole sort of video nasties thing and the whole video editing within the UK at that time. So this talks to some of these guys who are collectors and who were renters at the time and had shops and stuff like that. So that was really good because it gets a nice insight in sort of overview of everything. So check that one out. That's really cheap to pick up. And the other two to grab. And again, you can get them over here on Nucleus Films for you guys in the US. It's Severin that's got these, and it's the Video Nasties.
Yeah.
Those two releases, the definitive guide. These are like, you know what I mean? This is like a Bible. If you want to know more, if you want to know everything about the whole law behind the whole ban fucking thing within the UK, pick these two titles up. You'll learn everything that you need to know about it. It'll show you every trailer. It'll tell you everything you need to know about it. These are worth sitting in anybody's library. The two great pickups. And they can be picked up for next to nothing. I mean, in the US, I think it was Severin put these on sale. They're about what, $7 or $8?
$7 to $10.
Yeah, when they're on sale. Like
in the
if you
UK,
get them
no,
right now, they're about 20, I think.
About 20. Yeah.
But there's a really good one that I discovered while I was getting these titles. House on Straw Hill has a really good documentary.
The Severin
Ban the Sadist Videos. David Gregory made that one. So 2-part. It's like 2 hours. It's pretty good too.
He's a Brit too, and I think he's a little bit older, but
yeah. But that's a good one if you wanted to see that 3-disc. It's a 3-disc set. Yeah. Blu-ray from Severin, House on Straw Hill. So.
Yeah, and to be fair, like some of the stuff that's not been released, like Werewolf and the Yeti, like you were saying, Dirk, Severin is probably your best hope to seeing that release. That would be straight up Severin's alley, something like that. I don't think anybody else would even look at it or pick it up or touch it. You know what I mean? It's got Severin.
They may already own it, frankly. They may already have it, and it's just sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I thought I've seen Scream Factory. Did they? I thought Scream Factory made it, but it's out of print, so it's extremely hard to get. So
yeah, I mean, there's been no release of it at all in the UK whatsoever at all. There is no release of it. You know what I mean? Okay. So we'll have a quick look at the chat, and then we'll start digging into a couple of titles. So that's Dungy Droopy. That's a new name on me. Hello, mate. How's it going? Should be good, this one. Looking forward to it. Yeah, man. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, man.
Holland Oats. Hello, Holland, man. How's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Yeah. Let's get nasty. Definitely. Dungy Droopy again. Reminds me of the young ones. Love the Damned. Well, man. So are you guys aware of a sitcom that come on the UK in the 80s called The Young Ones? Rick Mail was and Ed Edmondson were the two main guys in it. You'll know Rick Mail from films like Drop Dead Fred and films like that. One of the episodes is called, I think it's just called Nasty. And it's all about, the whole episode is about video nasties and about setting up a video recorder to watch a video nasty for the first time. But what you got was an interlude in the middle of the episode with a live band on, and Motorhead was on, and they've had but the Damned and that song Nasty that I just played on the intro, that was the band they got in for that episode to play the song Nasty.
Okay, cool.
What are the other titles for Werewolf and the Yeti?
Night of the Howling Beast.
Yeah, Night of the Howling Beast.
That's the only other one I know of.
It's not the Curse of the Werewolf?
No.
It's Werewolf and the Yeti, Night of the Howling Beast. That's the only two I know of. So.
Lee Wilson. Hello, Lee. There is no doubt that the 80s have the greatest horror films of all time. Yeah, man, there's some good 70s stuff.
Yeah.
In the very, very early 90s, there was a couple of decent titles, and it just goes off the boil altogether.
I think it's 70, like late 70s, right? To early 90s is probably the sweet spot for me, anyway. But
yeah, and especially certain kinds of genre within the horror, the subgenre stuff. You know what I mean? It's 80s just prevalent with it. There's loads of the fucking stuff.
Right.
Crusher's Movies and Games. Hello, Crusher. I hope you're doing well, Paul. I'll speak to you soon. Hello. He says it's been way too long. It has, mate. You know what I mean? I drop on other people's streams. I do other live stuff with other people, but actually doing a live stream myself, it's been fucking ages since I've done one. Lee Wilson, the R rating thing in the States, the same as an 18 in the UK. I'm not sure. R-rated. What's the age range to see an R-rated movie in America?
You got to be
Technically-
17,
technically,
18.
It's 17.
Yeah.
But NC-17 is 18 plus.
Right.
Then X is also 18 plus.
Yeah.
So, but it's different because X would be an adult film. NC-17 would be anything that's not an adult film, but is also very rarely do movies come out NC-17. Almost never.
Right.
So they'll cut it to get it to an R. And there's
Yeah,
very
so you can get a theatrical.
NC-17
Yeah.
in the US. That's about the only one I can really think of.
And then you got unrated. Which,
Yeah. Well, unrated is basically NC-17.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
but they never want to go unrated because most of the time they won't even put it in the theater.
Get no
So,
distribution. Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, recently Terrifier 2 went unrated and got a theater run.
Yeah.
So
Right.
sometimes it
Limited.
happens.
Limited.
Very rarely. Most of them are R or less.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I say, we don't see a certificate over 18. Like I said, there used to be an X rating in the UK, but I haven't. I've never seen one in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So, Dirk, are you ready with the titles?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you got them there, pal? So,
I pulled the ones that I have. I don't.
Yeah,
what's
man.
number,
Yeah.
What's number one on the list?
so number one on the list is Absurd.
Absurd.
oh yeah,
This
I got
one
the
here.
same one.
There we go. Is that a Severin
Severin.
release?
Severin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know in the UK, 88 put it out in the UK.
Yeah. The 88 one's got an axe on the. It's got like a medieval looking axe.
Yeah.
On the cover.
Which was the original VHS cover.
Yeah. This. I mean, I enjoy the hell out of this movie, man. It's fucking. You know.
Well,
It's fucking
It's extremely Italian.
Italian version of Halloween, basically.
He even
what I-
dressed as Italian, wears Puma shoes and fucking belt buckle. You know,
Right.
they're eating spaghetti while they watch the Super Bowl. You know,
Super
that's
Bowl.
what they thought Americans did. Apparently,
Yeah.
But that scene in the hospital is killer, man. I mean, the camera don't pull away. You're seeing that shit go right through that chick's shit, and that's pretty damn good. Special effects, I thought. So.
Yeah, it's one again, like a lot of this stuff on these lists. It's got about 27 titles to it, different names.
Yeah.
So obviously it goes by Absurd, but it also goes by Zombie 6, Horrible, Red Blood, Monster Hunter, The Grim
Damn.
Reaper 2, Anthropophagus 2. There's fucking all kinds of names for it.
Yeah, it is the spiritual sequel to Anthropophagus too. So
same guy plays the villain in both.
It is,
movies.
yeah.
yeah. He's also in another Bava flick. What is that? Kidnapped? Is that the name of it?
I
It's like a
haven't. I've
crime.
never seen it.
It's like a crime movie.
Yeah, it's a crime movie.
But it's actually pretty good. It's pretty sleazy. But it's a Bava flick. I think it's called Kidnapped.
Right.
I'm not sure.
So then, obviously, Absurd got a release in 81. It's a Joe D'Amato film, you know what I mean? So if you know Joe D'Amato stuff, then you know what you're in for, you know what you're getting. So it got released in 81. It got a video release in 1982, and then got put on the DPP list in 1983. The reason the BBFC decided to go down the prosecution line with it was over graphic kill scenes and no overall point or storyline to the deaths or killing. So when they looked at it, they just thought it was just random killings and random deaths.
yeah.
There was no storyline to it, and they didn't like it for that reason. So it got successfully prosecuted in 1984. And then obviously, like all these films, they come around, they come back around again. It had 3.5 minutes of cuts. So the BBFC went back in, did 3.5 minutes of cuts on it, and then it got a release. But like I said, For a film to come out in 81, get a video release in 82, and then end up on DPP ban list in 83, and then get prosecuted in 84, you know what I mean? Shit. It's fucking, that's going for it. And again, the release that you guys have got there from Severin and the 88 Films release is a full uncut version. It was the first time in the UK that we got a full uncut version from 88. I think that came out in 2016, that. And if I'm not... I mean, the Severin one came out a bit later. I think that was 2018. That one came out. But the only reason that it ended up getting a release in the UK was there was a Kickstarter put in place, like a GoFundMe for the fans for 88 Films to do the restoration work on it. So there was actually a GoFundMe page for 88 to do something with Absurd.
Yeah. Severin and 88 Films have some sort of relationship. You know, it's the UK, the Region B stuff from them, or and vice versa.
Yeah. But like again, it's good to see that it did finally get a release and get a full uncut release within the UK. And like I say, I would imagine that 7 disc is exactly the same as the 88 disc.
I bet so.
Yeah. Probably so. This would comes with the DVD too. So.
Yeah.
Some different art. It's pretty killer.
Gizmo's in the house. How's it going, man? I knew eBay for this one.
Yeah, man.
There's definitely a lot of debauchery going on for his tastes. Good guys, on my way back from work. Get 4 hours sleep before the prison stream. Just dropping by to say hello. It's nice to see you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know you guys have got another stream on as well tonight, haven't you?
Yeah, tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern, me, Dirk, Vinicio, and Alan over on Alan's channel. We're going to do the top 5 favorite prison movie stream.
Cool.
So that's going to be a fun one for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Who's hosting that one, Alan?
Alan, yeah. Cool. Maybe Alan is at the theater right now watching the new Creed movie, so he may not be available. If Rocky is dead somehow,
just raging in the aisles.
Yeah, he might start breaking shit. You know,
he'll be in seclusion in the west wing of his house, just not available.
He might have to pay for property damage or something.
Yeah.
He thought that big TV he's got now was expensive.
Yeah,
the fucking projector.
I've had to fork out for a new cinema screen.
I'm telling you, that's why he went to the movie theater, so he wouldn't tear up his house.
Yeah, he wouldn't tear up his shit. You know.
Well, yeah.
Cool. Right, second one on the list. Have you guys got it? Because again, I've not. It is Flesh for Frankenstein.
Nope, I don't have that one.
That was a VS release. That.
Yeah.
Again, it looks like they did a bang up job with it.
Great release for a shit movie.
Great release, and it's came down in price. I mean, it's still pretty high, and it comes with 2. You know, that's okay. You know, it's not all that. I don't really care for this one as much. And then it looks like the. You know, the cover.
So does it just say Flesh for Frankenstein on it, or does it say Andy Warhol's Flesh?
It says Flesh. It just says Flesh for Frankenstein, and then I like this one better though. It says 2 cuts, so they give you this, with the 3D glasses. Yeah, you get 2 pairs of 3D glasses, and then I watched it like that, so it was pretty cool. It actually didn't look too bad, you know.
Does the 3D element work on it?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Does it work?
Yeah, it worked pretty good.
Well, that's cool because he's fucking most of that film is just slipping and sliding around in guts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not great.
No, it's not.
No, I mean released in '73, so you buy Paul fucking Morrissey, so you know what you're getting.
It actually has a little more dong than I care to see, but you know.
Again, another really short film. You know what I mean? Under an hour and 35 minutes. So you're in and you're out. Video release in the UK came out in '81. Ended up being put on the DPP ban list in '82. for over graphic gore and sex.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's not the gore really ain't that bad to me. I mean, it's tame compared to most. Maybe it's the sex scenes and shit.
Yeah, well, I think that was the big problem in it. You know what I mean? It ended up with 8 minutes of cuts within the UK, so that's a lot, really. I mean, eight minutes to trim.
Yeah, I mean, I had to fast forward through some of that shit because I don't want to sit there and look at some dude's ass for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
like God
no,
damn.
I don't want to look at it for 1 second.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm fast forwarding through this goddamn shit.
I mean, I saw it.
Let's get to the
know why
story.
Vinegar Syndrome did it.
Yeah.
Other than it's a notorious movie.
Yeah.
But they went all out with it.
But what's his name? The lead?
Udo Kier.
Yeah, he is fucking over the top, man.
Yeah.
He
cracks me up when I was watching that shit. I'm laughing. I'm laughing at that motherfucker.
Yeah,
he's fucking so over the top.
Can ham it up. But what's I mean? The one sort of like line that he uses in it, is it something like you've never lived a life till you fucked it in the gallbladder?
Yeah, and he does that.
That's one of the reasons that it got banned within the UK. You know what I mean? That it shows you gratuitously making an incision on her and then shagging the incision.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like
that'll
do it.
Yeah,
that will do it. That will do it on the ban list.
It's like the first known version of virtue signaling. Like, oh, that's wrong, nobody should see it type of thing. Yeah. And I said it first. Remember, I said it first. It's a piece of shit. We had a release in the United States, Ebola syndrome. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you've not.
Yeah.
It was a 1990s Cat 3 film, and it came out in the middle of the outbreak. And there was a lot of people climbing up on the cross going, this shouldn't be allowed to be released, Vinegar Syndrome. Maybe they should be fined. They should be ashamed of themselves. It's in poor taste. Have you seen the fucking movie?
Yeah.
The virus is the least offensive thing about the whole thing. It's nothing compared to what this man does. Right. But, the fact that, people are dying and this and that, it's important. It's like, you don't buy it. If it's going to bother you, you don't buy it. That's fine. But stick it up your ass. You can't make decisions for other people based on your morals or your morals.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge you, and who are you to judge me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All the way.
You know what I mean? It's and I think there lies the thing with all of it, doesn't it? Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that sums it all up. You know what I mean? Why should you ever say in what I do or see? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people always think they know better. You know what I mean? And
this is gonna corrupt our society, and people are gonna go, and something else I learned, doing this video nasty, going through researching. It's a lot of the titles with household items that people were getting killed with.
Yeah.
So they were really against that shit. Like the shears and fucking the burden and shit,
It's going to require somebody else to pick up a pair of shears.
Right.
That's what in the UK, that's what they were frightened of. They were frightened that these household objects that were being used as weapons, fucking people would just start doing it. But people would have done that anyway, regardless if they've seen a fucking film or not. You know what I mean?
The movie gonna fucking signal something in your brain and shit,
Yes.
Give you the idea.
But that's the it's pushing that idea towards you. And again, it's just fucking nonsense. We know it's nonsense. We know it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Rational people or irrational people will do fucking anything. You know what I mean? Regardless if they've seen a film or not. But you know what I mean? And again, Flesh for Frankenstein, it was banned with its first time rounds, and then it had 8 minutes of cuts, and then it still ended up getting banned again after the cuts were done. So both edits of the film were banned at one point in the UK. I still think now there's no official UK release of it. I think that Vinegar Syndrome release is the only Blu-ray or 4K release of it. Is it 4K that, or is it Blu-ray?
It's 4K.
Yeah.
We've definitely not got anything for it over here.
What a world.
Yeah.
4K of Flesh for Frankenstein.
And it looks
exactly.
It looks better than it should for that movie. I mean, that movie don't deserve that much good a treatment, but Vinegar's like, yes, it does.
and again, it's like we said before. These companies will sit on films like this forevermore because they are running out of titles to fucking put out. So
Vinegar Syndrome. From what I understand, they did a video recently. The print, the level of deterioration of the print determines what's next. So it's like if the print's about to fucking go bad, that's the one they're making. You know, next.
Yeah.
Really? If the print's in good shape, it's going on the back shelf.
That makes sense.
And they got a warehouse full of prints that they're doing.
The shit that they bought already.
Yeah, that they bought.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of titles.
Sense,
yeah. There's a couple of titles that I wish they'd do, and they're probably the company to pick them up, really. Especially the how bad the titles actually are. But I like the films. You remember a late 70s cannibal film called Terror on the Menu?
No.
Really fucking low budget cannibal film from about.
I wonder if it's
76.
like it got a different title here.
Maybe it was just called Menu. It's about two old dears that own a boarding house, a guest house, and the guests that stop in there slowly start disappearing. But then when they get new guests in, the old lady of the house keeps feeding them, but she's feeding them the previous guests.
Damn.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a film I had on video for years when I was younger. Loved it, and I totally forgot about it. Couldn't remember the title, and then just out of nowhere, when I was picking some VHS stuff up the other day, it just popped up. So I wish they'd pick that up. And there's a couple of other crappy titles I wish they'd pick up as well. But at this point, like you said, they're probably only the companies that are probably going to look at this kind of stuff.
Give it time; it'll happen.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see them do Christmas Blood this year.
Right.
From the movie for Christmas.
That'd be cool.
And I'd love to see them let him redo the cut and put all the shit he wanted back in it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That'd be killer.
Norway sucks. They're like very like prudish and weird, and even though that like they're all a bunch of freaks, they act like they're like real pleasant and nice people. He says there was all kinds of fucking nudity in it, and they made him reshoot a bunch of stuff. They made him do like make it a detective story. Kind of like murdering Santa Claus. They wanted detective shit in it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, make it like 7 or whatever. I don't know, but there's wild shit in it as it is. Oh, that would be a good one. I'd love to see them do that.
Yeah. But like I said, they're the problem. They're probably going to be the company that's going to look at some of this. Like I say, Severin as well as they've
Severin's still fucking around. Severin's still around. Who knows what's going on with them? Those lying pieces of shit.
Yeah, I believe so.
That fucking lion ass Brit fucking David Gregory. I fucking knocked his buttertooth fucking teeth out. He's such a cocksucker. Time after time after time.
It kind of pisses me off.
He lies to his fucking customers, his fans. Listen, this is only available. 4 Flies on Gray Velvet. We only got a limited lease on it. It's only going to be available this weekend, Black Friday. Never going to be able to get it from us again. We can only.
And it was that one day, right?
He said those exact words.
Yeah,
is what he said. It's available in conventions on tables right now from Severn.
Yep.
Today.
After people done spent close to $60.
People fucking spent beyond that. So you bought it for 60 from them that weekend. Secondary market, it was 150. Ask me how I know. I sold mine for 150.
I sold mine for 135.
Imagine the fucking guy that bought mine.
Yeah, he's going crazy now.
He's losing it right now. I mean, the guy fucking swore up and down, you're never going to be able to get. And if you collect all the Severin titles, you have to have that title. You paid whatever it cost, and then it's like, oh no, just kidding. It's available. We've got them. Don't worry about it. It's bullshit.
And it's actually cheaper at the convention.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's madness.
It's crazy.
But it pisses me off because I met David Gregory, talking with him. I thought he was a good dude. He gave me a bunch of good deals, and then all this other shit happens.
He's one of them fucking gypsies over there that you got. He's one of them travelers. It's always a scam with him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the smiling snake salesman.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
The Parky of the physical media world.
Yeah, he's got him. He's British. I'm sure he's I guarantee you that's what it was. Lives in a fucking camper over here now.
That's racist, Brad. Come on.
Well, they're not. We're all the same. We're all coming to the same place. So.
Lockup needs a special mention after losing Tom Sizemore today.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I saw this, but I thought Tom Sizemore passed away a few days ago. I didn't realize it was
his
today.
soul's been gone for 20 years.
Yeah, for years.
So it doesn't really matter. Whatever it was, drugs or whatever finally got him. He's been done for a long time.
Yeah, it's what's the one I like of his?
Best role was in what, Platoon, right?
Yeah, he's in Relic, isn't he? I love the Relic.
It wasn't Platoon. You're thinking of Saving Private Ryan.
That's not the same guy then.
Tom Sizemore was in Saving Private Ryan, not Platoon.
Oh, I'm thinking of fucking somebody. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah. You're thinking of Tom Berenger.
Yeah.
Tom Sizemore was in a bunch of stuff. He's good in everything. He's really good in Heat, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. No shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Kush says there is no Rocky in the movie
Exactly.
3. Ooh.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lee says, I suppose these movies look pretty tame these days compared to films like Guinea Pig or August Underground movies. Yeah, I mean, it looks tame to standard horror films. You know what I mean? There's nothing.
Yeah, the Guinea stuff is pretty crazy, from what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at you look over at China, just what they were doing during this time, all through the era. Like, when did she start banning movies? At the 90s, right? Early 90s, late 80s.
What, in the UK?
Yeah,
mid 80s.
Mid 80s. So mid 80s to early 90s. If you look over in the China, the Cat 3 era, those movies are legit fucking wild. Crazy shit the kids should definitely not see. Right. I'm talking rapes, animal cruelty, anything you can think of. And they just carried on. Then nothing got banned, but they did label them. A Cat 3 was basically an X-rated, the equivalent of X-rated. But nothing got banned.
Which is kind of crazy to think, because China's, communist.
Yeah, but it's about money. You got to make money. That's the thing about communism. You got the monkey is on your back, the government, and if there's a market for it, you can sell it.
Definitely. You know what I mean? Gizmo says, Anthony, Shou Sang-wong is the pandemic of the movie. Fuck Ebola.
Damn, really? You don't like it?
He's worse than the disease. I mean, he was fucking ripping people's heads off and trying to set little girls on fire before he even had the fucking shit.
Gizmo says, thanks again, Brad. I have to ask, have all of you seen the Gestapo's Last Orgy? I need to hear from other people how good it is. I trust you, Dirk.
Yeah, man. It's great.
No, I have not seen the Gestapo's Last Orgy, Dirk. Gizmo, I will never likely to see the Gestapo's Last Orgy. Them kind of films do absolutely fucking nothing for me.
It's an actual real movie, though. I will say that time and time again.
Oh, I don't dispute it, but you know what I mean?
But it's shot really fucking good. It's like really sleazy Italian.
Yeah, you just have to say Italian. We know.
Yeah, Gizmo's gonna love it. He's gonna love it.
I'm sure he would love it. I know what it is. I have a copy. I have not seen it.
Yeah, but I will say it's better than Beast and Heat. So.
Okay, well then it's a once in a generation classic. Then if it's better than Beast and Heat, I mean that's like Gone with the Wind of Nazi exploitation movies.
It is to me, like out of the ones I've seen. So,
yeah, Gizmo says, but the title is a bit untrusty to actually go completely into trust territory.
And the movie's being cut pretty hard, like. It was full on porn in the original cut of that movie.
Right.
And they cut all that out. So there's no you don't see no penetration and none of that. So.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
But
Ola says, "I'll let you know, Gizmo. I love Nazi-exploitation movies I've seen."
yeah,
Fucking
hell yeah, Holland.
again,
Shit, I didn't know you had it in you, buddy.
yeah, they don't do shit for me. You know what I mean? The mad shootout scene at the end of Enemy of the State is bonkers Sizemore. Do you know, I've never seen Enemy of the State.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
99 Women. Anyone seen it uncut? No, unless it goes under another name, which it may do. But 99 Women doesn't ring a bell to me.
Yeah.
It's a Blue Underground release, I think.
Right.
Okay. Is it maybe like a
prison? It's a different title. It's
women prison movie or something?
It's a women in prison movie, Nazi prison.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll go under a load of different names, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Right. Third title on the list is Anthropophagus. It's always a mouthful, that one. There we go. AKA the Savage Island, AKA the Grim Reaper, AKA the Beast. It's fucking shitloads of different names.
Baby Eater.
That's the scene, you know.
Yeah. Released in 1980, again, another Joe D'Amato film. An hour and 30 minutes long. Video release for this in the UK was 1983, February 1983. Put on the DPP list in November 1983, so that went tits up fast.
I could see that happening pretty quick.
Yeah, it got put on the DPP list for over-graphic gore and the eating of a human fetus.
Oh yeah. Was that all? Is that it? When he eats his own guts, that wasn't a problem.
No, that was okay with that because it was his own. That was his own intestines.
Yeah.
That's a great double feature.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You see what I'm dealing with?
Anthropophagus is a slow burn, but great.
I like it. Listen, I'm not well mentally, clearly, but I've always enjoyed it. I don't know why, but I like it.
It's a slow burn.
But Sunday morning. Put it on Sunday when it's sunny out, and you just let it play. Let it happen.
Yeah. Open the windows so your neighbors can hear. You know.
Oh yeah, my neighbors. There's no close neighbors.
In the wilderness. Set on a. Is it? Am I right? I think it's set on a Greek island. That one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As most Italian movies seem to be, a lot of them.
That one actually has more of a story than Absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, the story with Absurd is he got sort of regenerative powers.
Yeah, he's like a mutant of some kind. You know, his guts are kind of hanging out, and they work on his guts and shit, and then then you got a Dr. Loomis type character.
Yeah, Michael Myers has got regenerative powers.
Yeah, they're like Dr. Loomis character in that though, isn't he? Like is he a reverend or a vicar or something like that?
Yeah, he's a priest. Yeah.
I mean,
he's
like I said,
saying the same kind of shit, like, you know, he's true evil, he's got to die, and all this shit. You know?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the one where the opening of the film's like some young kids on a motorbike surrounding a drunk guy in the middle of the road, and a police car turns up? Is that the start of Absurd?
I haven't seen it in probably a year or more. Can't remember.
Sure it is. And there's loads of young kids riding on motorbikes, like harassing an old guy, but yet the police turn up and fucking harass the old guy as well. It's like, what the fuck was going on? It's just doesn't make any sense.
I don't remember that. I mean, I've seen it not long ago, but
I'm sure that's absurd. The start of Absurd.
The main thing I remember is that chick on the bed, you know, with the neck brace and shit. And that's like some genuine fucking terror, man.
Because she can't move, can she? She can't move. She's paralyzed, isn't she? From the waist downwards, she can't fucking get anywhere.
Trying to come in, you know.
Yeah,
it's like hell yeah. That was pretty intense.
But like I say, Anthropophagus only got an uncut version in the UK in 1999. So initially it had 3 minutes trimmed out of it somewhere. I would imagine that was the fetus eating. I would imagine that would have gone.
Does it right in front of the
even
dad.
though you could quite easily see that it's a fucking skinned rabbit. It looks nothing like a baby.
Right.
But
And it's in the dark, like underground, kind of in a tunnel. And the dad's sitting there watching him.
Shot on an angle, quite funny, dirtly lit.
Steam
It's
coming off
definitely
of it.
horrendous.
Yeah.
That's horrible shit. Because the dad can't do shit. You know.
Yeah.
Like he beats his ass pretty much, and then fucking's like, "Look what I'm doing." You know, kind of shit. That's true horror.
Let's have a quick look in the chat. Gizmo says, Holland, what in the name of fuck? You love Nazi Gestapo X movies, but you did not love Brad's Bad Boy Bubby.
Yeah.
No love for Bubby. Come on.
Yeah. I love Bad Boy Bubby, man.
I haven't seen it. I've not seen that either.
Just, you know what? You could probably skip it. You know, if I were you,
it's like Forrest Gump, but better. You know,
right. It's on a parallel with Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it came out before Forrest Gump, so you know. I'm thinking they copied. They copied. They took the blueprint.
Olin says, Gizmo, I don't speak English. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
We've got Anthony in the house. What's up, players? Hello, Anthony. How's it going, pal? You all right?
Yeah, man. Happening.
Olin says hello to Anthony. Anthony saying hello to Holland. Gizmo says, Holland, I don't speak English. I don't speak English too. Though thought you knew that.
He speaks better English than Tony somehow. I understand everything Gizmo says.
Michael Casey, yo. Michael Casey, master of the 80s. Hello, Michael.
Yeah.
Master is, will you respond to my Facebook Messenger DMs, mate? If I knew the fuck who you was, and you've been messaging me on Facebook, then yeah. But for one, I've no idea who you are. For two, you seem to know me, which is fucking worrying.
Yeah.
But dude, if you're messaging me and I'm not seeing them, then it's obviously going into my spam. So I'll have a look. I'm obviously not friends with you, so that's why it's obviously not going through. So I will have a look, mate. I've not been ignoring you or anything. I just don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah. Just hope you're not that creepy bastard in the bushes breathing hard, you know.
Yeah. He says, have you heard of Hollywood DVD in the UK? Yeah, I mean, Hollywood DVD seem to be the guys who own the rights to fucking everything that comes out. So you look on the back of a DVD or a Blu-ray, it doesn't matter who's got that release, you'll see Hollywood DVD on the back of it. It's what the company does or whatever, I'm not 100% sure, but you'll see it on the back of fucking all kinds. Right, so we're up to number 4, which is Axe.
Yeah.
No.
And I actually like this movie, man.
It's actually a good film.
Yeah, it's not a great movie. Yeah, but for such a low budget for what the dude's doing, you know, he didn't have no fucking money.
No.
But to make this movie and the tone and the fucking lead actress and everything,
yeah.
It
works well.
Man.
Yeah,
this is the one. It's a double feature.
Yeah, with Axe.
And he did this other one too, Kidnap, Co-Ed.
Also, never release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't checked Kidnap, Co-Ed out yet, but I actually like Axe, man. I'm gonna go back and I'll revisit it for sure.
Yeah. Again, an absolute shit ton of fucking different names it was released under. So Lisa, California Axe Massacre, the Axe Murders, the Virgin Slaughter. It was under all different kinds of names. But obviously the ones that sort of brought it to the forefront was the name Axe. And California Axe Massacre was just used because of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They realised how popular that film was, and they just switched the name around. just to try and promote it a bit more. In theory, the film should be called Lisa Lisa. I think that was the original title of the film.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then they changed it to Axe just because, you know, she kills people with a fucking axe.
Yeah,
I mean,
she goes through a little bit of shit though. These bank robbers.
She does. It's got a good story. So
yeah,
it's a heist gone wrong.
Right.
So it turns out from a heist film at the beginning that turns into a home invasion film that turns into a rape revenge film.
Yeah.
So the premise of it works really well. You know what I mean? It's quite a slow baked film. It doesn't fly by. You know what I mean? It's only an hour and 7 minutes long.
Right.
It got a release on video in the UK in 82. Got put on the DPP ban list in 84, but no one knows why it got put on the ban list.
I don't know.
Other than the 2 rape scenes that was probably in it. Maybe that's why, but no one's 100% sure why
I guess
put it on the list.
Yeah, I guess that's the reason, you know, but it's not nothing like compared to like I Spit on Your Grave or
nothing. Nope.
You know, nothing like that. So,
yeah.
Or fucking House. What is it?
House by the Edge of the Park.
Yeah, that or House on the Left.
Do you think there might have been some sort of criminal element under this where it was like, listen,
yeah,
pay us a pound of fish, or you might end up on the list?
Oh yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Greasy palms and all
but
that.
But these guys in the movie, the bad guys, they're fucked up, bad pieces of shit. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I say, it does go along quite nicely. Out of all the stuff that's on the 13 that we'll have a look at, it does stand out to be one of the better ones because it does feel like a genuine film.
Yeah,
I think if they'd have kept the title Lisa Lisa, it would never have ever ended up on the ban list.
No,
you know what I mean? It would have just gone under the radar. No one would have looked at it. But again, it has a very well put together trailer as well as. The trailer is really good for the film. So it had 19 seconds cut out of the original release. The 19 seconds are obviously something to do with the 2 rape scenes. It got a release in 1999 with the 19 seconds of cut, and then it went back for a re-release in 2005 with a complete uncut edition within the UK. But in the trailer itself, it sort of sums it up really well. So I don't know if you've ever seen the trailer to it.
Yeah.
It says, pretty Lisa got an axe, give her captive 40 whacks.
Yeah.
When she'd seen what she'd done, she'd give his friend 41.
Right.
Fucking genius. It works really well.
Yeah. Like it plays off the Lizzie Borden type shit.
Yeah.
And also something I noticed, like after, seeing X, it makes me wonder if X, they got some ideas from Axe because of the dad.
Right.
The invalid dad, You mean
Pearl?
Or grandfather or whatever.
Yeah, well, she's living with her grandfather in this, isn't she? She's mute, isn't she? She's can't speak. She's deaf as well.
Yeah, she can talk, but she's just real weird.
Yeah,
she's a fucking strange one.
Yeah, so it's just her and her grandfather. Yeah, it's just her and her grandfather.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Pearl instead, not X, but Pearl's a lot. I could see some similarities with Pearl and Axe, but.
Yeah, but like I say, it is actually a good film. It's a well made film, and if they'd have kept the name Lisa Lisa, it probably would have never hit the list. But if they'd have kept the name Lisa Lisa, would anybody be fucking talking about it now? Probably not.
Yeah,
somebody
thought it was a fucking rom-com or something.
Yeah, so it probably helped the film it being on the DPP list because it got more people involved in actually fucking watching it.
Yeah, if nothing else, so probably ended up at a lot of drive-in theaters, shit like that.
Yeah, but like I said, they really tried to push it further in the line, calling it California Axe Massacre. You know what I mean? Just playing off the back of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what I mean?
She does really good for this to be her first fucking performance, like
yeah,
and
I
believe this bitch is really throwed off. Like,
Yeah, I mean, fucking hell, man. The first guy that rapes her, she slices him open with a cutthroat razor from
Yeah.
the back of his neck while he's on top of her. Just
Right.
slices him. And obviously then he gets out and she fucking twats him with an axe. You know what I mean? So
Yep. Cuts him up, throws him in a fucking trunk.
yeah. So it's but like I say, it's a genuinely good film.
Yeah, man.
Let's see what I'm up to here. Was James Freeman head of the BBFC at this time? Ooh, yeah. Didn't they bring James Freeman in to head the BBFC at this point? I think James Freeman had done some other stuff at some point, and then they brought him in to head sort of task force might sound a bit strong, but I think basically that's what it was. But I think he could have been, at that particular time. Master of the 80s. The Shawshank Redemption by Prism Leisure is fucking rare, or the DVD doesn't exist. The one I found only in a 4-pack. Shawshank. I don't think Shawshank came out on Prism Leisure. I'm sure Shawshank came out on Cinema Club DVD. I don't think Prism Leisure had it. Gizmo says, "Fuck, I can't sleep tonight. My editor just got home, and he needs to call me before he goes to the
mountain.
So now I will be dead tired on the stream."
Well,
good.
Yeah.
Go get you some 5-hour energy shots or something.
Yeah.
He's in fucking Norway. Drugs aren't even illegal over there. You'll find something.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Have him some poppers or something. He'll be good.
Some liquid gold. Gizmo, do you know what movie is on the Bollywood video nasties list? No joke. They actually have a similar list. You probably can't think what it is. Top 3. Mate, I couldn't name you one fucking Bollywood film. Never mind.
Bollywood. I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's the Indian
cinema.
Okay.
Yeah. India.
Well, no wonder I don't know. So.
They've done a couple of decent horror films coming out of India, but
they're very restrictive.
Yeah, and doesn't matter how good the horror section could be, there's still some fucking bastard singing and dancing in it.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's fucking looks like screwing in light bulbs and that. You know what I mean? It's
that's exactly what has to happen. Yeah.
Every single film's the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't do it, man. The musicals, I'm not with it. The whole people are just sitting there having normal conversation and then just start breaking out and fucking song and dance.
When other cultures, that's a very masculine thing to do.
Yeah, dancing.
Oh god.
Yeah. Michael says it was listed as a release by Prism Leisure on Wikipedia. Wikipedia's wrong then, mate.
Yeah, Wikipedia edited by the asses.
Yeah.
Normal people.
I've looked for comprehensive lists of Prism Leisure titles, and no one can seem to find one. Now, I'm a massive Prism Leisure head. I've spoken to other guys who are bigger Prism Leisure heads than me, and no one can give you a definitive list. Nobody's a fucking clue what was released by them. I don't think they even know what was released by them. They were just releasing any tripe at one point. Darren Hartley, hello Darren. You're a new name, mate. Welcome to the channel. Good evening. James Freeman left the BBFC in 1999. There we go.
Okay, there you go.
Gizmo said The Last Temptation of Christ, The Da Vinci Code, and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The Passion of the Christ, some of them. Oh, right. So, right, I'm with you. They're not actual Bollywood titles. They're just films that were
banned over there.
The films that were banned in India.
Now, The Passion of the Christ, I can see because it is bloody as hell. It is very, however you feel about it, either way, it is very damn brutal. Like what's done in that movie. But
yeah, I can imagine because they're all. I mean, I've not seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, so I couldn't really comment on it. But the rest of it's a very sort of like depth in Christianity. You know what I mean? So
they made 3 of those, right? Those
Girl on a
2
train.
or 3.
Girl with a dragon tattoo. I can't think what the other one's called.
Last Temptation
They
of Christ.
remade it. David Fincher remade the first one.
Yeah.
The Last Temptation of Christ. That's a Scorsese, right?
Yeah.
I don't care for it. I mean, the only thing I could see people getting an uproar about.
Well, these are sacrilegious. That's the
Yeah.
problem. The Da Vinci Code is also considered sacrilegious.
Yeah, sacrilegious. Yeah.
Really?
They're very religious. And
The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
That's strongly against the Vatican, I guess.
Yeah.
So I could see. Yeah.
Darren says Gizmo, probably Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah.
I don't know about Slumdog, but Jesus movies. Yeah, which is, you know what I mean.
That's what's tripping me out about the girl with the dragon tattoo. That's a Jesus movie.
There's a very brutal rape in it. That might be it. I don't know.
Okay.
Transformers the movie, is it me or was the only Prism Leisure release that when you press the menu button goes to the top logo and copyright screen? I have no idea, dude. I have 2 copies of that. I have got both copies at Prism Leisure released. And I'll be completely honest with you, mate. This is the wrong stream to be asking that question. Massively.
We're talking about the Nasties and Transformers.
If you want to talk about Transformers, mate, I will do a Transformers stream. I have got friends that will talk Transformers all day along with me. And I can set a stream up where we can talk about G1 Transformers, fucking modern day Transformers, whatever you want to talk about. I've got a group of guys that are into that shit. So if that's something you'd like to see, mate, then obviously that's something we could do. But this stream, you will not hear me talking about Transformers the movie. So
somebody brought this shit up not long ago about the Transformers, some kind of orgy flick with the Transformers and fucking Megan Fox. You remember that shit?
Right.
I was like, what the fuck?
No, I don't remember that shit.
Oh man. But anyway.
Darren says thank you. Thumbs up to Gizmo. Damn, yeah, man. You're when you look at the title of a stream that I put up and it says the Band 39 episode number 1. Yeah, there won't be any Transformers talk in it. Imagine the Hollywood DVD and Prism Leisure work with each other. Mate, you're probably 20 years behind there because Prism Leisure stopped doing anything in about fucking 2008, I think. Hollywood DVD, I think, are maybe still going as a company. But obviously they were both turning shit out at the same time. So, you know what I mean? You wouldn't have got any better titles. There'd have still been shit titles they were releasing. Just more of it.
I haven't heard of those. Is that like UK titles?
Prism Leisure. Yeah, if you go to some of my older videos, if you go further back through my channel, you'll see I did about 5 or 6 episodes about all the Prism Leisure releases that's in my library. And they were the first UK DVD company that was putting budget film to DVD. So they were cheap films, budget films, also at a budget cost to buy. So like a new release on Prism Leisure would have probably cost you about £6 at the time. They were cheap, like really cheap. But they put some good stuff out. There is some video nasty stuff on there as well as. So you know what I mean, the biggest problem with them was everything they put out was in 4:3 pan and scan. So there was no widescreen editions, even though widescreen editions of those films were available. For some reason, it must have been the cost thing. There was always 4.3 or 4.3 pan and scan. So every fucking film you watch of theirs on DVD is either boxed in or stretched out fucking massively. Yeah. And everything looks like it's come from a VHS transfer.
You know what I mean?
But they were cheap and I loved them for it. So
yeah.
Darren says Prism Leisure and Hollywood DVD were pretty good. I know Hollywood DVD put out Anthropopithecus as Grim Reaper. which was horrendously cut. Yeah, that's what you'll find. Prison Legend did exactly the same thing. I've got Evil Speak. That's on the extended list of video nasty stuff.
It seems like that title, Grim Reaper, would have been more popular. You know, like for people to.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck anthropologist means.
Yeah. If I seen Grim Reaper in the video store, I would have grabbed that shit.
An anthropophagus is someone who eats human flesh.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a deep cut.
We couldn't call it
deep cuts here.
Cannibal. Yeah.
We couldn't call it cannibal. Anthropophagus.
Can't call it cannibal.
Very British.
Too many cannibal movies. We're doing a different thing over here.
All about the syllables over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Put a film out in fucking things that majority of the people can't even pronounce what it is. It makes sense.
You should hear Alan trying to pronounce anthropophagus.
All that fancy talk.
Anthropotenous ass.
I don't know what the fuck it was.
Fuck that movie. I don't care if it is good. I don't like it.
I don't like the name of it.
I don't like that name.
Right. The fifth title on the list, and this is one of your favorites, Brad. The Beast in Heat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There we go. The Beast in Heat. Severin release.
A must own for anybody. It should be in everyone's collection.
Gotta have it.
Fantastic
so the Beast in
documentary on Nazi exploitation that comes with this is worth the release alone.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Did yours come with the sticker of the beast? With a mouthful of pubic hair?
No, I don't got that.
That's fucking great.
I didn't get that one.
That definitely should be stuck on your car. That's
yeah.
There's no reverse hold on this.
Run it with that on your car down here.
Only the few people would know, you know.
Yeah, so also known as SS Hellcamp, also known as SX Experiment 2, also known as Holocaust Nazi.
Damn. SS Experiment 2, huh?
Yeah.
So it's a sequel to the first one. Because I have the SS Experiment cam.
Yeah, I don't think it's got anything to do with the first film in any way, shape, or
I
form.
wouldn't advertise that information, Kirk. I'd just let, keep that to yourself.
So it was 76. It's an Ivan Kachansky film, 126 minutes long. Got a video release in 82, I think, in the UK. Subsequently got put on the DPP list in October of 83. Original release never ever got a release in the US. So this film never got released in the US when it first came out. The thing that the DPP and the BBFC didn't like about this film was, we've just discussed it, was the eating of pubic hair.
Oh yeah.
And it's
more than just pubic hair is eaten too.
Yeah. And some of the stuff within that film is 3 films. Well, the film's made out of 3 films. So it was 2 unfinished Second World War films that were spliced together and then went back to film the B sections and then spliced it all in.
Yeah.
It's great,
The one thing that gets me the most is where they bring the people into the room where he is, and he's in the cage, and he's holding the cage with his fucking knob out, and he's swinging, man, and that cage is that rubber. It's fucking frightening. You can see the whole cage is made of rubber. He's swinging up it, and it's just all moving around as he's in there.
Yeah, and I always say he looks like an oversized dwarf to me, but other people disagree with me.
He just found an Italian guy and said, "Take your clothes off."
Take your clothes off.
Yeah.
Have you got a massive fucking pubic hair? Yeah, go on the pair of yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's knobbing it, looks like a fucking dwarf's thumb sticking out of a bush.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a bizarre movie, and like I said,
weird.
The lady, the SS lady, is just obsessed with the creature, and she just really enjoys it. And it's a once in a generation love story. That's the way I've always put it. And they come together at the end.
Yeah.
And it's a
they-
happy ending for everybody.
I don't know if they both do, but
Yeah.
somebody does.
Yeah.
But again, it's more Nazi shit that I'll never watch. You know what I mean? I have seen the film, but I won't be going out anytime soon and fucking buy myself a copy of it.
It's a great one for the family. Thanksgiving time.
Oh yeah, I'll sit around on a Sunday afternoon after a nice Sunday lunch.
Yeah, and they go skeet shooting with babies.
Yeah. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Just sheer craziness.
It's like Inglourious Bastards. Basically, it's the same movie.
Yeah.
Same
much.
quality, just in the end, the Americans come and save the day.
Yeah.
Just like every war.
Like every war movie.
Like every war.
Yeah. Every war. You wouldn't think it was a world war. You know what I mean?
We're starting a world war and then we'll have to clean it up. That's the plan. I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's yeah. Darren said, yeah, probably coming to 4K soon. I think he might have been talking about Anthropophagus.
Might be. Severin probably do some re-release.
Yeah, I would imagine titles like that will get the 4K treatment.
Damn. Anthropophagus? Shit.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it on fucking VHS, never mind 4K.
I mean, the blue's good enough, for me.
Yeah, I mean, how good do you want the film like that to look? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I'm pretty fed up with Severin, and it's just time after time with this whole thing. So if the releases come out, I'll get them, but I'll get them from someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a few Severin titles. You guys have sent me a few Severin titles over in the past. But it's like I say, it was at that particular time, there was the only company that was sort of turning out sort of like Wasteland series stuff that I liked.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic stuff, which is cool. And then the fucking Overboard, man. I mean, I like Overboard, but it seemed like a weird title for Severin.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Raiders of Atlantis. I mean,
it's a great film.
Great releases.
Yeah.
Very strange to have Overboard.
Action Mutante. I'm telling you, Tony, that has got your name written all over it. I loved it. I thought it was great. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's again, you know what I mean? I'll have to, once sale time comes around, I'll have to
find a good stream of it or something. I mean, I would, I know you're against blind buying. I would really recommend the blind buy because you're going to want it. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, the ones I wish they'd turn out is the Bronze Warriors trilogy.
Okay, Blue Underground.
I think there's a Spanish company that put some stuff out, but we've got nothing over here apart from the DVDs that Shameless did a while back.
Blue Underground's got Blu-rays of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Michael, I am not being ignorant, mate, but I am not sitting here all night talking about Prism Leisure titles, mate. But we're talking about fucking band films from the 80s. It just doesn't work, mate. Darren said Beast and Heat released by JVI International, based in Rochdale, Lancashire, which is like up the road for me.
It sounds very British.
Yeah.
Like
I have no idea. I'm lost.
I had a package one time get lost in Castle Donington.
Castle Donington.
I'm going, where the fuck is this? What is happening here?
Yeah,
over the rings?
And don't get me started on the Royal Mail.
Yeah, fuck the Royal Mail.
What's going on over here?
It's fucking bad enough over here. Never mind. Yeah. Never mind. You guys getting stuff. I can't fucking get stuff.
Yeah,
I've got a second Arrow package on its way here.
I got 3.
The first one showed up. Dirk's got 3 packages from Arrow coming. And it's all the same order, sent 3 different times.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna get 3 of the same titles.
Maybe. Hopefully you get at least one shipment.
Yeah. Hopefully I just get my one that I ordered.
They're shotgun approaching it. They're going, listen. Hopefully one of these will get there.
Yeah.
And if you get all of them, great. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I
heard there's a labor problem. the union.
Union
issue.
problems. Yeah. They're going on strike. They want more money. So
Yeah.
there's a union issue at the moment.
So it's like a
but
skeleton crew kind of shit.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
there's also a problem within Royal Mail where Royal Mail have realised now there are third-party independent companies doing the same shit as they are for like less money. So they're trying to compete with the parcel industry. You know what I mean? Who the fuck sends post anymore? Who's sending letters anymore? You know what I mean? Your banking's done paperless now. Everything else is done paperless. You get emails for everything. Who's actually sending normal letters? So Royal Mail are going, okay, then we're going to bank it all on parcels now, shipping parcels. Well, there's a fucking 1,000,001 companies in the UK that can ship parcels for like a third of the price of what Royal Mail do. So I think they're feeling the pinch now. And then now, obviously, with union action going on, they're being bit on the arse.
Yeah, because
it
it's
may
hit
not
and miss. It's hit and miss though. Like because the last order with Arrow, perfect.
Well,
came quick.
That may not just be Royal Mail. That may be. I had the conversation with Brad the other day. It's the company that now owns Arrow also owns loads of other companies, and this company also owns Zavvi as well as.
Yeah.
Well, we've all known for years how bad Zavvi is. Well, Arrow will go the same way because they're owned by a parent company.
You know damn well whatever happened when Zavvi bought them, whoever was shipping the Arrow stuff, all that Arrow shit just went to the Zavvi warehouse.
Yeah.
And it all gets shipped from the same place now. That's
Same
why
place.
fuck ups are happening.
Yeah. So the company that bought Zavvi and the company that bought Arrow Videos predominantly owns cosmetics companies, and was making billions of pounds profit, but for some reason decided to, we'll dip our toe in the physical media stuff and we'll buy two of the UK's biggest companies, and bought Arrow and bought Zavvi, and then it just completely fucked it all up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't be expecting anything to change soon. Even if the postal service does go right, you won't be getting a better service off that particular company.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, I got mine.
Like-
came in smashed, but I got it.
But everything was good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The box looked like somebody fucking.
Yeah, it looked like hammered
They were
dog.
kicking it in the fucking at the airport. Playing hacky sack with it.
Yeah.
But it worked. It got here.
Yeah. At least you've got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lee says SS Hellcamp is available to stream via Full Moon.
Yeah.
Michael's seeming upset because I don't want to talk about Prism Leisure.
Apparently, he's got 5 videos on that company that you could definitely check out.
Yeah.
The back catalog.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. By the way, everybody like and subscribe, man.
Yeah.
It's the one thing I always forget people to ask people to do is like and subscribe. But I've come to the conclusion it doesn't make a fucking scrap of difference if you ask someone to like and subscribe.
Well, just remind them, because I forget too.
I forget all the time.
I don't care. So unless I'm on somebody else's video, I don't give a shit. If my channel gets big, I'll just shut it down and start another channel. And then just tell the people to come over to that.
Yeah.
Darren says Pulse Video in France has the Bronx Warriors and Atlantis Interceptors. Yeah, cool, man. I bet they're expensive videos to buy now. Michael, I'll show this one just because you've said that. I promise this is the last Prism Leisure related comment. Here's a Prism Leisure release for you. Might want to look at George W. What?
Bushisms.
No, I ain't joking. That's real, and it comes with a free booklet as well. I can categorically tell you that I will not look for that title. That will.
Yeah, he would misspeak a lot. He would, instead of strategy, he would say strategery, you know, and things like that. You know.
Yeah.
He was from Texas. I mean, come on.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
that's not where the brain trust is in our country.
He's not. He wasn't like his dad. You know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Best part of him ran on his mama's leg. Whatever.
And on that note, title number 6, Bloodbath.
Yeah. Bay of Blood.
Yeah.
This is a
So
good
yeah,
one.
again, aka Bay of Blood, aka Twitch of the Death Nerve, which, to be fair, I think
That's
is
a
the better,
killer fucking name,
Yeah,
by the way.
it's fucking brilliant name for a
Twitch
film.
of the Death
Twitch
Nerve.
of the Death Nerve, and they went
Why
with
the
Bay
fuck
of
would
Blood
you name this
or
that?
Bloodbath.
Yeah.
It was also known as Carnage as well, and it's had a crap load of names.
This is a great fucking Mario Bava.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. I mean, this is arguably started fucking slasher.
Yeah.
Arguably, but Friday the 13th part 2 in particular, there's a scene almost identical to this. A scene in this.
Yeah.
The spear scene.
Spear scene. I think there's two kills from Friday the 13th that are virtually the same as what's in the Bay of Blood.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember distinctly though, love this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's a Bava movie I don't love. So I don't know.
Yeah. So again, released in '71, Mario Bava film, like we just said, under an hour and 24 minutes. Had 3 minutes cut out the original film to get through the censorship in the UK. Video release date was February 1983. Got put on the DPP list in March of '84, so it just didn't 12 months before it ended up going on there. No one really knows why the film got banned, but people just said it was over the top, excessive gore and violence that pushed it that way. You know what I mean? Again, another one of those films that no one's 100% sure why it goes on.
But like I said, it very much looks like the very first slasher in my eyes.
Yeah,
very much Friday the 13th predecessor. I mean, it's on a lake. People are a woman gets murdered in the lake, and a lot of stuff leads to Friday the 13th.
It's but like I said, why they didn't go with the name Twitch of the Death Nerve?
Yeah,
no, Twitch of the Death Nerve, man. It's an amazing name for a film,
right?
But Bay of Blood and then Bloodbath. You know what I mean? Again,
I bet in Italy it was Twitch of the Death Nerve. I don't know that, but I'm thinking maybe.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to go with so many different titles for it, but then use a lesser sounding title. I don't know.
I noticed that a lot though with American titles versus Italian titles. I prefer the fucking Italian title most of the time.
Yeah. We've got Tommy Sturr in the house. Hello, Tommy.
Yeah,
how's it going, man? We okay?
Yeah.
Hey, boys, what's going on tonight? We're talking about depravity and debauchery, mate. While we have a look at the first 13 of the band 39.
Yeah.
Thank God you said Bloodbath. That awful Kenny Everett vehicle Bloodbath at the House of the Death that should be banned for the simple of being dreadful. Yeah. Any of you guys know who Kenny Everett is in the US?
No.
He was a radio DJ and a television personality. He was a comedian that did alternative comedy, really like forefront of alternative comedy. Guy was a raving fucking lunatic, but everyone liked him. And he did like loads of spoof stuff and stuff like that. And he did some like saying that did some like spoofy horror kind of stuff and that.
He did a spoof for this movie?
He did a spoof, not direct spoof, but you know what I mean. He sort of like used the partial part of the name of it.
Okay.
There it says Bay of Blood. I own the VHS of that one. Cool, man.
That's a big thing over there in the UK with the VHS collecting, right?
Massive, mate. Massive. At the moment, price of stuff's going up and up and up.
Yeah.
The ex-rental scene, so obviously buying ex-rental tapes is a huge thing over here at the moment. I mean, it has been for a while, but collectors are stuff's becoming harder and harder to find.
And everything's so much bigger over there. The boxes and shit.
Yeah.
It's like fucking insane to me.
Hold
Like,
on.
I'm gonna imagine going to the video store.
I'll show you one.
The VHSs that I've seen, they're just massive compared to America.
The
Well, same with the Blu-rays too. The cases are a lot bigger.
The cases are thicker.
Yeah. Well, they're 14 mil case compared to your 10 mil cases.
Yeah,
So
that's
that is a standard home release VHS box that
okay.
you get in the UK. That is an X-rated box. So that's how much bigger it is. The fucking
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's what we're used to is on the first one.
The smaller one.
Yeah. The clamshell, I do remember, certain movies, mostly Disney movies, came like that.
Yeah, well, all rental stuff in the UK came in the bigger box, especially in the 80s, very early 90s. Come in the big boxes like that. Like you guys, I mean, our home release stuff came in smaller clamshells. We never got anything like you guys did. We had the cardboard sleeves. Very rarely did we see titles like that over here. And if we did see titles like that over here, it was normally like Bergen bin stuff.
Mm.
Don't get me wrong, I do like the cardboard sleeve. I think it is quite smart on a VHS.
Yeah. Well, when we rented shit, most of the time, like at a mom and pop video store, there was no cover art. It was just black cases.
Yeah.
There was no fucking art because, you're just getting the tape,
Yeah.
You better bring that shit back or they're going to tax the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Fucking $200 fucking rental fees. It's like, bitch, I'll buy the damn movie. And pay way less.
It's a huge thing. You know what I mean? At the moment, I mean, you might have seen I've been picking up video shop posters and video cover art for absolutely ages now. Now seems to be the right time to start buying in the UK while the prices are sort of like reasonable because everything is slowly going up. You know what I mean? You can't really see it, but I have about 20 tubes here of posters, just all completely full with A2, A1, and UK cinema quads. Just crap loads of the stuff.
Any? I'm just curious. Any Italian stuff, or probably not?
No, I mean, I'll send you a link later on, mate, to a guy that I know.
Okay.
And he goes by the name of Spires and Squires on Instagram. Okay. And he is a poster collector. And his shit is like next level. It's fucking mind blowing. His collection. If you have a look at his collection and what he's paying for stuff like that, recently picked up House by the Edge of the Park on a quad. So UK cinema quad, 40 by 60. So it's a big sized poster. Yeah. There wasn't much change out of £1,000.
Oh,
wow!
So the poster scene is going mad at the moment, completely mad. Darren said, I called it Bay of Blood, not Bloodbath, because of the States don't know it as that. Bloodbath at the House of Death is an excellent.
Yeah.
I still like Twitch of the Death Nerve, though. That's the one for me. If I could pick, that's just a killer ass name.
Yeah, your question got skipped, Michael, because like I said, mate, I'm not talking about Prism Leisure.
Yeah.
Darren said, Death Wish came in a cardboard case from CIC. Really, mate? I did not know that. I don't think I've ever seen the original release of Death Wish on VHS. Okay, number 7 on the list is Blood Feast. You got that one, Duck?
Yeah, I got it. Hold on a second. Yeah,
released in '63. It's a Herschel Gordon Lewis film.
Yep.
There we go. Weird as shit. It's fucking nuts film.
Yeah, you lost me at Herschel Gordon Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Like the shit this guy's doing in '63 is pretty fucking mind blowing. In my opinion, I always try to put myself in that time frame, and the gore in '63, I could just imagine just how people were fucking reacting to this shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy. He's like kind of like worshiping the goddess, the sex goddess Ishtar.
Yeah,
And he's doing these sacrifices and shit.
It's all about
pagan
him setting up. It's an Egyptian feast.
Yeah.
He's trying to appease Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
By taking various body parts out of women.
Right.
Sure.
But
as you will.
Yeah.
But if you want to see like origin of gore.
Yeah. And it is gory. It's very gory and in Technicolor.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's probably the first of its kind, right? I would imagine. 63.
63, yeah, probably. I know there was a warning before it went out at cinemas, asking to anybody with nervous disposition to leave the cinema screen.
I could just
go
imagine
somewhere else.
Those drive-in theaters, so motherfuckers watching this shit with their girlfriend and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it states that people at the drive-in were getting out of cars and being sick in bushes. You know what I mean? Because of the stuff that they were seeing. I suppose they'd not seen anything that grotesque before.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's pulling a fucking heart out. I mean,
yeah, tongue,
real.
fucking ripping a tongue out.
Yeah. The tongue scene is rough.
Tongue scenes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So got a release on video in the UK in May '82. Got put on the DPP list in '83. A really short film, just over an hour and 7 minutes long. So it's really short. DVD release
really well.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is.
I never got bored when I'm watching it.
Yeah,
he's fucking creepy as fuck. That lead actor,
Yeah. He's fucking nuts. But like I say, every female character in it looks like somebody at the fucking Jetsons.
Yeah,
just a really fucking weird look, like the whole beehive thing they've got going on. They all look like cartoon characters. It's crazy.
Yeah, the acting's pretty good. It's shot really good. For the time,
But it got a DVD release. Yeah, definitely. It got a DVD release in 2001 with 23 seconds of cuts in the UK, and then it got a re-release again in 2005 of an uncut version. Reason for it bans. The reasons that they give at the time was explicit gore and violence. So, but the gore that was being done in it was, I suppose, at the time for special effects, it was done well, but they were like mannequin parts. So there was like legs of mannequin that they was hollowing out at the top, and then they're shoving offal in the top of it, and then just folding it up to screen. Like squirting loads of red stuff all over it, you know what I mean? So
it's all red paint.
Seen that. People hadn't seen that before, you know what I mean? It was turning a few stomachs. But if you look at it now, it's basically just mannequin parts stuffed with fucking animal bits. You know what I mean?
Right. But it definitely, I imagine it started some shit. And put it that way.
Hey, Tony.
Tony says, hi. Hello, Tony, mate. How's it going? How are we doing?
What's going on, Tony?
Somebody asked, is The Bay of Blood the earliest film on the list? No. On the 39.
No, Blood Feast.
Sorry. Blood Feast is the earliest one.
It would be what is he talking about in the order that they got on the list?
I think probably just the oldest film of the 39.
Yeah, the oldest is definitely Blood Feast.
Band films anyway. Are they bands in Ireland? I'm just curious. If you're in Northern Ireland, mate, I would imagine they are still banned because obviously Northern Ireland comes under part of the United Kingdom. If you're in Southern Ireland, they've probably got a whole different set of rules, pal. I'm not 100% sure on that one. 1963, obviously not then. Is that the earliest? Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Blood Feast at 63 is the earliest.
It definitely is.
Yeah. Crusher says, Michael, I will make a Hollywood DVD for you just to please you. Let them get on with the show, as there are Prism Legend videos on his YouTube channel. Will do. Astro Video gave us Blood Feast and I Spit on Your Grave.
Okay. Never heard of that label, but
There was loads of labels in the UK, mate, that just turned a couple of things out and then disappeared into obscurity.
Okay.
Back in the day. Right, title number 8. Another one with blood in the title yet again. Blood Rights, aka the Ghastly Ones.
And that's I got the DVD of this.
DVD of it. Yeah.
This, in my opinion, is the fucking god awful worst fucking film that I've seen off this fucking off this 39.
Yeah.
It is, and I watched it. I fucking trudged through it. I was like, oh god, this is fucking horrible. But
yeah.
Andy Milligan, man. Shit. You know, I'm glad I didn't buy the fucking Blu-ray or that set. You know, it's like what fucking $200 something for that set.
Right.
Glad I didn't buy that shit. Because people were, you know, it's out of print now, I think. But fuck, I bought this DVD for $5, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely enough.
There's another movie, Seeds of Sin. I don't give a fuck. I'm not watching that Ghastly Ones. I'll never watch this again. It's staying in the collection, but only because of this shit.
Yeah. And again, it makes you wonder why they went with the name of Blood Rights over the Ghastly Ones. The Ghastly Ones sounds way better.
It does.
You know what I mean?
The reason they went with Blood Rights is because this is about inheritance. You know, so like this family, there's these the dad died and shit. He had shit ton of money. They go to his house. In the contract, they got to stay there at his house, kind of set up. You know, the concept of the movie's a pretty good idea. It's just the fucking execution's fucking horrible. Yeah. The fucking acting, the special effects. There's a couple gore scenes. It's pretty decent, but that don't justify to watch this movie, man. Like,
yeah, again, it's another early one, isn't it? 1967. This Andy Milligan film.
Yeah,
just over an hour long.
And the camera works too. The camera works real shaky, blurry.
Yeah. Well, apparently that was done on purpose because he was working on such a budget that any special effect that he was trying to create looked shit. So he used to write sort of like notes at the side of the script that they get to a certain point when filming, and then he would just shake the camera over the scene. So it knew that there was you couldn't really see what was going on. You couldn't see the effect because he was spinning the fucking camera around. And he did that in loads of films.
Yeah, it's not my bottle of Jack Daniels, you know.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about watching another Andy Milligan movie.
Yeah, because a lot of the shit was just filmed at his own house. He just took people back from the pub. He goes to the pub on a Friday night, get a chat with a few people, have a few drinks. Next thing, they're back at the back of his house just filming something. That's the way he did it. He was hiring rent boys and all kinds of shit just to take them back at his house just to make a film.
It's like some Jeffrey Dahmer type stuff.
Yeah, fucking nuts. Yeah.
The big reveal in that movie is lazy. It's really lazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it just in case somebody wants to watch that piece of shit, but
yeah, but again, it got a video release March 83, got on the DPP list in August 84. It was banned for excessive rape and mutilation scenes. Only got a complete release on DVD in the UK in 2004. So it took for fucking years to get us to get anything like a complete uncut version of it.
And the rape scenes aren't that bad, really. Yeah, they're not
tasteful. They're tasteful rape.
Tasteful rape.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
I love Andy Milligan films.
Oh,
there there's somebody out there for him. So
okay, well, you know, I guess you like what you like. You
know, you love Pelvis.
Not familiar with that one.
No,
I think he's talking about the pelvis close-ups and shit.
The percent of Blood Rights is a double-sided sleeve. It is a double-sided sleeve, isn't it? Yeah, wasn't it? Is there like a piece of artwork on the one side, and on the flip side, it was like some still shots from the film. I think it's like the first reversible artwork that was on a VHS cover in the UK. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it's known for. I think so.
Yeah, this don't have no reverse shit.
Number 9 on the list. We're getting close to the end now for this one. Bloody Moon.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. Now, as far as Jess Franco films go, this one isn't actually that bad because I don't like Jess Franco films.
This is the only
Bloody
good
Moon.
Jess Franco.
Yeah, Jess Franco.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Released in 81. Yeah, released in 81. Video release. Yeah. Video release of it was 81. Ended up on the DPP ban list in 83. Hour and a half long, an hour and 30 minutes. Particularly banned for the amount of gore and violence. What they really frowned upon this one was scenes of where there is blood on breasts or blood on nipples. That was a massive no-no for the DPP and the BBFC at the time. They was obsessed with anything like that. It would get a ban straight away. So in the bit where
they put a star on her nipple there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes, it's unusual for Severin to do something like that.
But
yeah, the head cutting scene, that was another reason it got banned.
Man, that's the scene.
Yeah,
that's the scene.
I mean, if you watch the scene now, and you go back to it, it's quite clearly a dummy.
Yeah,
it is quite clearly a dummy.
And the little kid, like what the fuck is he doing? He's not.
Yeah,
he could have stopped that shit.
Yeah,
but
and even when the head comes away, and you're left with the gore and the blood mixing with the water off the saw and it's running down, when it cuts back to the neck, what should be like a spinal column looks like a fucking piece of 2B1 timber that's been like stuffed down it. You know what I mean? It's like it's a head cutting scene. I get it, but none of it looked fucking real.
I mean,
a lot of people consider this
best of his movies.
Yeah,
yes.
Most people consider this Franco's best. I got to disagree. It's going to be Vampiros Lesbos, but
it's categorically wrong.
You got to check out Vampiros Lesbos.
It's not very good. It's not very good,
awesome.
But it's still his best, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, check out Vampiros Lesbos and then talk.
The bar is all. When you say Jess Franco, the bar is already very low.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And
fuck
David Gregory loves his ass.
Loves it.
Yeah,
man.
He's British. You know how these weirdos are.
He's buying all the Franco titles.
He bought 60 more Franco titles.
Yeah, he bought fucking loads, didn't he?
There's fucking 250 of them to choose from. He bought 60 more recently. So,
have you ever watched his interviews with Franco?
No.
Oh man, this guy.
He's out there.
Yeah. He's thrown off like a 3-neck goat.
He's almost as crazy as David Lynch.
Yeah.
Lynch ain't crazy. Lynch is a genius. There's
I've
a difference.
footage of David Lynch talking to a monkey. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. He's a genius. He knows how to communicate with monkeys.
That doesn't make you a genius.
Yeah.
That is for you.
Gizmo says Kirsten Stewart.
Sure.
Okay.
Fingers.
This is going to be a great stream tonight.
Oh yeah.
He is out of his fucking...
What are you doing there, Gizmo?
Yeah.
Hope you didn't fucking relapse, buddy.
Yeah.
Jess Franco and Andy Milligan will make a great film together.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Man.
They'd be flocking to see that.
I'll tell you, man. I'd rather watch Franco's shit than Milligan. But
yeah, but
bold statement.
Again, like you said,
fucking pretty horrible.
Like you said, the bar set very low on both.
Yeah.
Gizmo says Kirsten Stewart has hot fingers. I love how she uses them.
She made there was a movie. What was it called? The Cronenberg movie, Crimes of the Future. She puts her fucking fingers inside Viggo Mortensen's mouth.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and
ever since then, this motherfucker has not stopped. He's like, I watched another one of her movies. She's actually good. And I'm like, there's something wrong with your brain.
Yeah, the Twilight whore.
Watch his movies.
Well, like I said, I think Bloody Moon was I think Severin put the first release, uncut release of that film out.
Yeah.
2008. So they must have had it on DVD beforehand, before they had it, before it went to Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one, man. I mean, in my opinion, I can put that shit on and watch it anytime.
Yeah, like I said, for a Jess Franco film, it is actually entertaining.
But if you like lesbian stuff and vampire stuff, check out Vampiros Lesbos. The vampire chick that's in there, she died at a very young age.
I wish I would have thrown that movie.
She
away.
could have fucking been a star. She could have been Marilyn Monroe. Yeah. But she died very young. Her boyfriend was a race car driver and shit, and they died in a bad accident.
He said no, but I actually started loving Kirsten after that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You see what I deal with every.
Has Vampiros Lesbos got an alternative title?
It's spelled with a Y. Spelled with a Y. Vampiros, and it's YROS, I think. But
again, it's not a film I know or I've seen.
It's available from Severin Films on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yeah,
right.
It's great. Highly recommend.
Bloody Moon and Driller Killer definitely have artwork on the VHS that will get attention by the porn squad during the nasty scare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the VHS artwork like on the Blu-ray? That or I don't know. I doubt
no,
it. Probably not. Like this.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like that one. We'll finish that bit of chat off and then Gilbert says Jones is fighting tonight. That will be hardcore. I am so looking forward to it.
You're going to be streaming.
You're going to be streaming, buddy. What are you talking about?
I take it that's UFC.
Yeah. Big fight tonight. I'm recording the shit. So
I couldn't give two fucks about UFC. It does absolutely nothing for me.
I'm surprised, like Michael Bisping.
Throw bones with each other over there. They just throw, they go into a field and they just punch it out. I've seen the documentary.
No gloves. No gloves.
No gloves. Gloves are bitches.
Pair of jeans on.
Yeah, put a pair of jeans on or a pair of like track pants and some Adidas.
Just do some blood sport type shit, rapping with the white.
There's none of that blood sport. Nothing on the ground. They're just going to box
broken glass.
Everybody's got all their teeth knocked out, and then they'll call it a draw, and nobody wins.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
But there's about 40 grand change hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
What am I up to now? You can tell it's been so long since we do this. I keep just getting lost in the chat.
Yeah.
Have I said that one?
Yep.
Yeah, I've said that. We're up to date. Right, the big one, number 10. This is a big one for me in this lot. I fucking love this film. Number 10 is The Burning.
Oh,
I actually fucking own a copy.
Oh yeah,
look at
that. I love this film.
That's three different releases in it. That's
Arrow.
Mine and Tony's are the same, but he's got the reverse artwork.
Yeah, I got the Screen Factory, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, it's Screen Factory.
Have you got this single edition one or the 2 edition one there, bro? There'll be a DVD Blu-ray combo on the early stuff.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Where's the goddamn thing at? It's not even open. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, there's a DVD in here. Blu-ray DVD.
Yeah, so it's an early one you've got. So it's got the booklet in it and everything.
Yeah.
This, for me, and as much as everyone knows, I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th. I think this personally is better than the first film.
Oh, it absolutely is. That question
so
better than the first one.
if I'm doing a marathon, I'll skip the first one, watch The Burning, and then go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I just replace Friday the 13th Part 1 with this.
Okay. You don't like the first Friday?
Nah, it's just slow, man. It's just slow and boring.
It is slow. Yeah. It does, like, when the first watch, though, was very effective as a kid of the very first Friday. It was pretty effective. Because I was not expecting that.
It doesn't have the rewatchability, that The Burning has.
No, I don't.
No, the Burning's fun.
Right.
The music's good in it.
Yeah.
A British guy called Rick Wakeman did the music for The Burning. You may have heard of a prog rock band called Yes. He was a member of them. He's a crazy keyboard player. So he did the music for that. Released in 1988, it's a totally male film. Released on video in October of 82, hour and a half long. Put on the DPP list in October of 83, so it only got a release for a year in the uncut state. When it did go to cut, it had 9 seconds cut out of it, and was banned for the scissor murder of the prostitute early on in the film. They didn't like the way she was killed because of the use of the scissors. It also they pulled some of the scenes of the raft. So the raft scene coming to the back end of the film.
That's fucking great. It's one of the
great.
best scenes. That's my favorite scene.
It's fantastic. So they looked at it again, like I said, overly sensitive gore scenes on the raft, cutting off the fingers, shears through the neck, all that kind of stuff.
Iconic in the sun. That's
it's great. In 1992, it got another release, but they cut even more of the film. So it got a new release, but they took more of the film out of it. So sections on were again the raft attack. Some of those scenes got cut even more extensively, and the killing of Karen. When Karen gets killed, they cut a lot of that out of it as well. And then in the UK, we finally got a complete uncut, unedited edition in 2002. Is the first time we got an uncut version over here.
Oh shit! Because see, it played on TV here. You know, it played on fucking USA, the fucking USA channel. It played it all the time, and late at night. I mean, I'm sure they edited some shit, but I remember seeing it on VHS, completely uncut. You know, it's just crazy to me that how they do that shit over there. You know.
Yeah. It's I recently, I mean, I own the Blu-ray, but I recently was late at night was flicking around one of the like low budget TV stations that we have over here, and it was on, and I was watching it, but I wasn't watching it, and it got to the raft scene, and they'd showed the complete.
Did it?
No, they'd shown the cut version, so they didn't even have the uncut version on TV. So I don't know at this point. They could have shown it, you know what I mean? But I don't know why. Which I find really fucking weird. But no, as a film as it is, I just love everything about it. It's a whole camp thing, the whole teenage thing. It just works really, really well.
Savini special effects,
which are fucking phenomenal.
I'll tell you what doesn't work. One of the best slashers at the beginning when he gets burned. You did not know that you shouldn't sleep next to an open flame and 50,000 vials of flammable. Like he's got booze, he's got gas. You know, I mean, like, what are you doing, dude? In a fucking shed? Like, you know, put that shit outside.
I mean, where are they at exactly? Do you know? Where the hell they're at?
It looks like upstate New York.
No idea.
All right. Well, anyway, you know, Mad Men. A lot of people say Mad Men's better. I don't know. That's debatable.
This is better than Mad Men, in my opinion.
And then you got look at Hatchet. Hatchet came from kind of like this film.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
I'm sure he took inspiration from a bunch of stuff.
Hatchet and Friday the 13th.
Yeah. it is one of those films. It does stand up. It still stands up really well. It holds up well. But there's even if it does stand up well, there's some cringy moments in it. I mean, the bit that always gets me, I can't think of the character's name, and they've gone out to the woods. Obviously, he's looking for a bit of fucking sexy time, and he's trying to talk dirty to her. That scene, and he's going, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get some matches. I'm gonna light a fire. And I'm going, what the fuck's this? That is not how to get down and dirty with your girl. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna go and get some matches. I'm gonna make a fire. No, man, that's not how you're doing it.
She's getting all wet, man.
Alliteration. That's what they're into.
Yeah. Fucking she wants you walking back 20 minutes for a box of matches just so you can fucking light a fire.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
She's getting dry.
Yeah. but I do love it. It is a great film. Gizmo says, was angst part of the video nasty? Angst.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Is it part of the 39?
No. Not of the 39, no.
Nope. So it'll have been one that's been looked at and then removed, probably. So it's within the 150. It's 152 altogether. There's two lists.
Right.
So if it's in there, then we'll get to it at some point, I suppose.
Yeah.
There you go. Darren told him no, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's on the list, but it's not in the 39.
Yeah. Gizmo said, thanks to Darren. I thought it was illegal. I believe in Norway, at least, but everything was. They even censored Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. Quackbusters?
What the fuck is that?
Dude, what the fuck is Quackbusters?
Gotta be a Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I'm interested.
I'm interested. Mashup.
Gizmo, send me a link on Instagram Messenger. Quackbusters, yeah, man.
Look what you done started, Gizmo.
Got a next tattoo. Give me a chest piece.
Fisher Stevens, Jason Alexander, Holly Hunter. Decent cast in this one too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot Holly Hunter. Sure. It's been a while since I've seen The Burning.
It's great. Again, it's one of those trailers that holds up really well. The guy that does the voiceover work on the trailer is fucking amazing. His voice is second to none.
Yeah.
Lee says, I have memories of watching The Burning when it was initially released.
Yeah, I remember that shit when I was a kid, man. That is definitely top tier slasher.
The Burning on Thorny MI. It was. I own 3 releases on video, as I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm a huge fan as well. The weird thing about it was, like he said then, it was released by Thorny MI, but also in conjunction with Handmade Films. So if you know the Monty Python crew, Handmade Films was a lot of those guys. So they did like Life of Brian, Meaning of Life. What else did they do? Jabberwocky, all that kind of stuff. Was
I remember some Monty Python stuff back in the day, but
it seemed funny for a company like that to pick up on a film like this. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein produced The Burning. Yeah, both are on there somewhere, aren't they? Just because of that, understanding why I got some Hollywood bush.
This motherfucker. He's throwing. Talk about living in a glass house, throwing stones.
Yeah.
Watch fucking his movies and tell me he wasn't knocking down every one of those brothers. And why are they all like a 10 out of a 10?
Yeah.
He's kind of normal looking broad to be in one of your goddamn movies. They all have to be great looking. I wonder how that
watch that autopsy scene and
Tell me what's his
Christmas blood. Yeah.
Yeah, Lee says it is available to stream now here in the UK, but not too sure if it's uncut or not. Like I said, mate, I can't think which TV station I saw it on late night. It's a while back, but it was definitely the cut version that they showed. Excuse me.
What's like some of the big stations over there? Sky. is a big station in the UK.
Yeah, I mean Sky is a like a corporation. It's like having cable in the
Right.
US, I suppose.
Okay.
So
I got
big
those
one
channels. I got a lot of the UK stuff. I can
Yeah.
check it out. But
Yeah, and I know which way you're doing that as well, because that's how like 2/3 of the people in the UK are doing the same damn thing. You know what I mean? Okay.
I'm getting everything from around the world.
Yep. But BBC, the four big players, well, the three big players are BBC, ITV, Channel 4. They're the three main powerhouses that I've been for years in the UK. And then obviously you've got Sky TV, you've got cable TV with Virgin Media.
BT Sport. Love it.
BT Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they show a lot of soccer and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they show all the UFC fucking pay-per-views.
Right.
Like, so y'all don't have to pay for that shit over there.
Now, is soccer becoming soccer now that you actually have football over there now? Is that why?
No,
it's
I'm to say soccer, so you two fuckers understand what I'm talking about.
I wouldn't have got it. You got real football now.
It's spelled football or something.
Yeah, well, you got real football now. The Americans are playing football over there. It's a matter of time.
BOL.
It's spelled football like you meant spell football.
Yeah.
FOOT.
It makes more sense to be called football.
It makes more sense than calling your sport football because you don't touch it with your feet.
Only very rarely do you touch it with your feet.
The kicker.
Yeah.
Kick off,
Kick off, punt, kick a field goal. Extra point.
There used to be more foot stuff in it. They used to have more plays involving the feet. You could just if you were close, the quarterback would punt the ball. The quarterback would do stupid things with it. But you're not going to get any argument with me. Football's the stupidest thing we've ever come up with, and it's the biggest sport in the fucking world.
No, it's the biggest American sport. So.
Yeah.
Now, it used to be baseball,
massive.
but
it's football. Football's a phenomenon over here. It's
worldwide
crazy.
now, obviously.
Yeah, now that you Brits are watching it.
How the fuck are we talking about sports?
The Australians will be watching it next. You get the Australians on it, forget about it. That's a whole other thing.
You guys have got your own sports. The Australians have got some even more fucking crazy sports of their own. Try Australian rules. Australian rules are what is known as by them guys as waffle. So it's a mixture of rugby, football, fucking everything rolled into one. It's unreal.
The thing with football that'll never work over in Australia is you can't really play football drunk. There's too much running. So that's why they have rugby. It's more of a jog. There's a lot of breaks. There's no real uniform that's too complicated to put on.
I remember a good number of years back, and I know we're talking about sport now, but a good number of years back, the town where I live, there's a huge, it's a huge rugby league town. There's two forms of rugby. There's rugby league and rugby union. And where we come from, we play working class rugby, which is rugby league. Now, Wigan, or Wigan Warriors as they're known now, this team is massive. It's a worldwide phenomenon, considering I come from a tiny town in the middle of nowhere. And as a guest star one time, maybe very end of the 80s, the early 90s, they brought the refrigerator over to watch a game of rugby league. So they had him sat down at the front and he watched the game and they did some other stuff, interviews with him. And some local press interviewed him and said, "So, what do you think about rugby league?" And he said, "I don't understand you guys. Where's your padding?" And he said, "We don't play with padding. There is no pads." He went, "Fuck that. I am not playing that sport."
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
It's nuts.
Gizmo said, did they edit down a lot of RoboCop in the UK? I think they cut away any blood scene in Norway. Same with the ending of Universal Soldier. Not as I'm aware, mate. I was never aware there was any cuts to RoboCop in the UK. And as far as Universal Soldier, I would have said no. I don't think there was any cuts to Universal Soldier either. Are you talking about the ending where he impales him on the is it a tractor plow? I think, isn't it? It's been a while since I watched Universal Soldier. I'm sure he impales him on a tractor plow, I think, doesn't
I believe so.
At the end, yeah. But no, not as a recall of Gizmo. I don't think we ever had any cuts of those two films, mate. I may be wrong. They may have been, but I don't think so. Gizmo into problem.
I don't know.
At least I can remember watching The Burning when I first got released. It was one of the more sought after titles of its time. Yep. No, Angst was one of the nasty. No company would never release it. It would always be rejected. So I would imagine that when it was going through for classification, they would never pass it. So nobody ever bothered touching it. Gizmo.
So Angst is not a nasty at all?
No,
saying?
That's what he's saying, yeah.
Huh. I thought it was. I seen the whole. There's like this thing I looked at not long ago. It was like 154 films, and I could have sworn it was on there. I could be wrong.
Gizmo says Quackbusters from 1988, best Looney Tunes movie ever. Love it. When Porky Pig tries to kill Sylvester, is to die for. Gizmo, send me the link, mate. I'm intrigued.
Fuck.
Gizmo, they cut about 20 seconds of the Ed 209 scene at the beginning of the film. Yeah, that's quite violent.
Oh yeah, I remember. They just released that. Arrow just put out that uncut version, right?
If you guys keep talking about UFC and football, I'll have to start with the Prism Leisure chat. I remember Gil video of RoboCop in the 90s being cut. All right. There you go. Right, another one on the list now that's actually a film and a decent film. Number 11, Cannibal Apocalypse.
Fucking right, dude.
Good decent film. Again, I don't know why I don't own a copy of it, to be honest.
Yeah, man. This is right up your alley.
Yeah, definitely. It says a Kino release, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep,
so
Kino.
That'll be Kino sales due again soon, isn't it? So that's probably what I'll be asking for
any
you guys
day
to send over. Yeah.
Any day now there'll be another Kino sale.
Yeah, man. It's this is zany fun, dude. The whole fucking zombie cannibal shit, it's fucking great.
Yeah, again, another one with a shitload of different names. Invasion of the Flesh Hunters, Virus, Cannibal in the Streets, all fucking kinds of names. Don't even get me to try and pronounce the director's name. Antonio Margaretti.
Yeah.
But he also went under the name Anthony Dawson, which fucking.
Let's go with that one.
There's one scene in that movie. It is so. There's this underage girl coming on to John Saxon, really big time, and he's just like not having none of it. I'm like, good for you, buddy.
He came out and said it was the single worst film he ever did.
Really?
Yeah, which I don't believe for a moment because John Saxon's done some absolute fucking turds.
Shit, yeah.
But he said that was the worst film he's ever done, that he's ever started.
Damn.
But he still cashed that paycheck, so fuck him.
Yeah. And that one guy, the lead cannibal zombie guy, whatever, he's in a lot of Fulci shit,
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but he gets the big drill scene in what is it? Gates of Hell, City of Living Dead.
City of Living Dead.
Yeah. He's great in it, by the way.
Yeah. Well, like I said, released in 79, come to video in 82, an hour and 36 minutes long, put on the DPP list in 83. Banned for the over the top use of gore and the use of the word cannibal in the title. This is what you start seeing a lot of now. The word cannibal in the title set alarm bells ringing straight away. And put everybody on the back foot. You know what I mean? If this had been called something else, then it probably would never have been put on a list. But it makes you wonder sometimes whether being on the list was being done on purpose, so the film got more notoriety. Otherwise, some of this shit would have just slipped into obscurity. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's a genuinely good film with a genuinely good story. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some soldiers come back from Vietnam Only way they've survived is by eating flesh.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, cover art shit out as well.
And Saxon, you know, he gets the shit, and I mean, you kind of tell just by the cover, but what he maintains, you know, it don't consume him. He don't. I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. But again, it feels like a proper film. A lot of this stuff that we're talking about, for me personally, they don't feel like proper films. You know what I mean? It just feels like stuff just pieced together and thrown together. But you know what I mean? Films like The Burning, things like Cannibal Apocalypse, they do feel like proper films.
Yeah.
Gizmo says, "You're discharged, Serge." Darren, released by Replay Video, needs a UK Blu-ray. No. Yeah, I don't know why we've not got anything for it. You know what I mean? It would make sense. I can see 88 picking that up at some point.
The Kino looks awesome.
Was it?
And it's cheap. You know, it'll be $6-8 in the Kino sale.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with those Kino titles when they start dropping down to that kind of money. You know
That's the only time anybody buys them is when they go on sale.
Yeah, and it's rude not to stock up on them. You know what I mean? There's that many good titles. It's for pittance, really. John Saxon as well, a legend. Yeah, man, he's a fucking brilliant guy.
International fucking superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Brad Pitt of his day.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite films with him is Battle Beyond the Stars. It's fucking brilliant in that film. I don't think John Saxon even knows he's in that film when he's acting in it. He's just like he's either done a shitload of coke or he's just flicked a switch where he's just gone into off mode.
He doesn't understand what's happening.
Yeah, he's no idea. I
mean, just think about all the different genres of films he's been in. You know, the very first fucking Giallo. You know, what is it? The Girl Knew Too Much, 1963. Fucking Tenebrae, he's been in that one. Nightmare on Elm Street. Fucking, you know, it goes on. Shit like this. you know, fucking Enter the Dragon. Shit, you know.
Darren said Cannibal Apocalypse was cut because of a mouse death.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the animal cruelty, they don't play around with that in the UK.
No,
it's crazy.
Not at all.
Fucking mouse.
Yeah. John Saxon thought that was the worst. He was Mitchell, for God's sake. Mitchell.
He had a big part in Enter the Dragon also.
Enter the Dragon, yeah.
Yep.
He's actually quite good at Enter the Dragon, though.
He's probably the best part, acting-wise, in Enter the Dragon.
Yeah. Yep. The DVD was cut a few years ago in the UK because of the rat death.
Huh.
This is such a small space, and this is such a very big grenade. Right, number 12.
Man.
Title now, and we get into a realm of films now that again aren't my cup of tea in any way, shape, or form. And it is Cannibal Ferox.
Oh yeah. Fucking right.
Yeah.
It's also known. What I knew it from. I seen this film. I was probably 8 years old. First time I seen.
Holy shit!
Rented it from the video store, but the title was "Make Them Die Slowly."
Make Them Die Slowly.
Yeah. It's got
That's a great company. If you learn anything from this stream, Grindhouse Releasing. There are region A, B, and C. They are incredible releases. Every release they do is awesome.
See,
they all look like that. It's a Flipbox and soundtrack and all the shit that goes with them.
Right. There's the alternative title right there. Make Them Die Slowly. But.
Yeah. There was another alternative title for it as well, which was Woman from Deep River.
What the fuck? That sounds like some kind of romantic movie or something, don't it?
So obscure one, that one, but
that don't even make sense.
No. Released in 81, an Umberto Lenzi film. So you know what you're getting with Lenzi.
I love Lenzi shit, man.
Released in August on video in 82, hour and a half long. Put on the DPP list in July 83. Main reason why this one got a ban on it was animal torture, animal cruelty.
That's the main reason.
Yeah, and
it wasn't the castration, cutting the dick off.
Yeah, so it was animal torture, animal cruelty. The woman being hung by her breasts, that was a big fucking no-no. Anything to do with any kind of breast mutilation in the UK will get you a ban. And then obviously having his dick chopped off.
Yeah.
That
and I was thinking to myself, like when I was watching this as a kid, I'm thinking, and the guy, you know, he escapes after he gets his dick cut off. And I, in my child brain, I'm thinking, this guy ain't got no dick. He's running around. He's trying to fight these fuckers.
Just let him eat you at that point.
Just have done with it.
Just stop. Fuckers just constantly doing heroin or coke or whatever the fuck. I think it's coke, but and he's that same guy that's in Cannibal Apocalypse and the Fulci shit. You know?
Yeah.
Damn, I need to memorize his fucking name. The fuck. But anyway.
Yeah, but again, the whole fucking like cannibal film of these kind of cannibal films, nah, they do fucking nothing for me. You know what I mean? I've no time for them. I've watched them once. I'll never ever go back to them. You know what I mean? This one got a UK DVD release, but it's got 6 minutes of cuts within the DVD release. I think Shameless put it out on Blu-ray in the UK. I would imagine it's still the same cut print. If Shameless has released it, it's very rare that you get completely uncut editions through Shameless. And again, those Shameless editions, they're okay. They're cheap. You know what I mean? You can't really go wrong with them for the price of them. But if you want definitive editions, then I would always look somewhere else other than Shameless.
Yeah.
But you can't knock it for a one-man band for the price it charges. You know what I mean? It's but again, I don't know. Is it just me, or I mean, what do you guys think about the cannibal films? Do they do it for you? Do they not do it for you?
I mean, I don't know. As a kid, I wanted to see the most fucking brutal, goriest shit.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, which I get. Yeah.
So, and nostalgia comes into play with the shit. You know,
cannibal film in general, like a jungle cannibal film, not really my thing. But you know, Silence of the Lambs, Ebola Syndrome. An Untold Story, I'm into it, but these are really not my speed either. But you know, one we'll talk about. I'm sure I'm more of a fan than others.
When Ferox, the dude's a piece of shit. He's fucking up the tribe.
Yeah,
that's why this whole shit happens. You know, does some dirty shit. So you get what you get. You
know. Like I say, I would imagine. I mean, the amount of controversy that was around films like this at the time was keeping it in the public eye. It wasn't they weren't making anything go away by doing what they were doing. They were just making it more prominent that people wanted to see this shit. You know what I mean? It was weird, really.
If you look at something like, you know, some of these movies, the hype is what gets the interest up when they hear, oh, it got banned for this. Well, now I have to see it.
Yeah,
some of these just like, who gives a shit?
This was definitely had the ban label.
Yeah,
it's banned in so many countries.
Yeah,
you know, that's why I grabbed it and rented it. You know, so
Lee says, I have a VHS release of Cannibal Ferox. Very proud of it. If it's the right thing to say.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
when we say somebody's proud of something, like they say that he's real proud of that copy of Cannibal Ferox, that means it's expensive, and he wouldn't fucking sell it for anything but a lot. He's proud of it.
Yeah. Darren says, replay video again. Cannibal Ferox was released twice. One was uncut and heavily censored with an 18 certificate, but still both were banned.
I mean, I've seen the full shit when I was a kid. The girl getting hung by the titties and all that shit. And the dude cutting the dude's dick off, and he talks to the tribe. He's like, oh yeah. And he eats the shit. And I was like, damn, motherfucker went there, dude.
Yeah. Like Lee said, you wanted to see them movies just because of the content.
Yeah.
Darren says definitely. Yeah, that's why, you know what I mean? It's shit like Faces of Death and stuff like that. People wanted to watch that because of the content, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to see something really fucked up? That's what it was back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
Let me show you some fucked up shit. You think that's fucked up? I got the most fucked up shit.
Yeah, it's right. So again, we're at the final title. It's the final one we're going to look at, and we leave this episode, the first episode of the Band 39, on the probably most controversial title ever to it anywhere. And that is number 13. That is Cannibal Holocaust.
Hell yeah!
I do not own a copy of this film. I have seen this film
why not,
once.
dude?
The Godfather of them all.
This is the one to have.
Yeah,
If you're gonna get this
the
movie,
one that goes
release,
all the way.
the Grindhouse release. It's great. Got the soundtrack. You know, the artwork's crazy awesome. You know.
Man. Got all kind of good shit going on.
It's killer, man.
But I'm not doing it justice.
This is the definitive, like the stories, like it being banned and all that stuff. It's the definitive Video Nasty. If you look up Video Nasty in the dictionary, you'll probably have this.
Yeah.
See, that's the reverse art on this.
And they it was mainly the animal cruelty that got it banned. I thought.
Yeah, for sure.
It was, yeah. So again, released in 1980. It's a Deodato film. Deodato fucking still stands the ground on this, that it's not as bad as what people said it was. You know what I mean? He's he genuinely thinks it's a proper film. You know what I mean? Whatever you think about it. UK release was March 1982. An hour and a half long, put on the DPP ban list in July 1983. So it's six minutes of cuts were made from the original one.
Cuts.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a lot. Yeah. A lot of shit happens in 6 minutes. But it definitely it's speaking on all kind of shit.
The lore is insane. You know, people were killed, you know, like people were jailed.
Yeah,
you know, like the murder. There was a murder investigation, like several murder. Like they believed that literally people were.
He made them sign a contract.
Missing.
They signed a contract, and they couldn't say nothing about this film for what, a year?
Well, they went missing. They gone missing, didn't they? They just disappeared off the fucking face.
Yeah, they had to hide. It was in their fucking contract, and then they try to arrest his ass, and they show up in court. He's like,
the charges drop.
Yeah, it was. I think this is one of the first, if not the first film. I think it's the first from this list that actually got a proper prosecution, where people actually, you know what I mean, got prosecuted for it.
Yeah. And to be fair, the tribe people were going to eat those animals anyway.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Well, there's like I said, there's
camera.
Yeah, it's the whole animal cruelty thing in it. Like I said, especially from the UK, it's a big no-no. But there was six points of either animal torture or killing of animals captured on camera.
Right.
The other one was the sexual violence in it as well. Was a big no-no.
Bunch of rape.
And the other one was the forced abortion scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just ticked every fucking box
son of a bitch
to get himself on a ban list.
Yeah. And see, that's what pisses me off too, because Blair Witch always gets the props for the first found footage film.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
For first one.
Yeah.
Come
on. And like I say, I have watched this to its fullest entirety that's available in UK back in the day, and it's been a good number of years since I've seen this. I have no intention of going back to it. There's nothing else I can get out of that film now that I need to rewatch it again. I just don't. I don't even need to own it in my collection. I've seen the film. That's enough. It's
to me. It's one that everyone should study. You know, it's a great piece on humanity.
As far as animal cruelty goes, like Milo Notice, that's a British film.
That was sorry.
Milo Notice. It's about a dog and a cat and their friends.
Don't know it.
Milo Notice, children's movie.
Yeah.
That movie holds several records for animal deaths.
Yeah.
They had 20 something cats were killed in the production, and I don't know how many birds, how many dogs it was, but that never gets mentioned. But something like Cannibal Holocaust gets mentioned because obviously
he's exploiting it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the deaths are not on screen, but those animals died.
Yeah, more animals died.
If you watch Milo Notice, they throw a fucking cat off a cliff.
Yeah,
and they pretend it survived.
Right.
They throw it off a fucking cliff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like that. It's just those animals died needlessly. These animals in Cannibal Holocaust were going to die regardless. And even in like Ebola syndrome, the animal cruelty seems extra heinous in it because the lead Kai grabs a fistful of frogs and just starts chopping them up. But he's a cook. He's cooking frog in Africa. And, you know, and it's just like
that's no big deal here where I live. You know, we eat fucking frog legs. You know?
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck.
There's nothing that they don't eat in the fucking South.
That's
anything
right.
That crawls around, they eat it. Snakes.
I won't eat the shit. You know, there's people around here eat fucking possum.
Armadillo.
I'm not doing that shit.
Armadillo. This has got to be a delicacy. Those armadillo, it's like the easiest thing in the world to kill. I mean, they walk right up to you. I mean, the armadillo doesn't think it can be killed. You know, because it's got the shell. It'll just walk right past. There was one like 8 feet from me. Just
they're not very good. Their sight's pretty bad. So.
Yeah, and they can't see very well.
I used to kill them when I was a kid.
This thing alive.
You know, I was kind of a little asshole kid. I'd kill them fuckers just because, you know. But I don't do it now. I'll see them.
Yeah,
I let them make it. But a fucking
let them make it to the road.
I'm beating this
over.
ass.
That's what happens. They're all over. They're littered by the side of the highways. They just make it to the road and get run over.
Yeah. Possums, though, man,
possums like a giant rat.
It is, and it acts like it's dead and shit.
Yeah,
you'll see vomit really coming out.
Yeah, it's
a trip.
You guys have got some fucking weird animals where you live. We've got fuck all like that round here.
You don't know the half of it, man.
There's no snakes. There's no fucking spiders. There's nothing that's walking out in front of your car like that. You know what I mean?
Fucking bats.
We have the old bat, but you know what I mean. They're only small.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some pretty good sized bats. It'll fuck up a dog, a small dog. You know.
Fuck me. Okay. Yeah, I've got birds of prey in this country that couldn't do that.
Yeah, take me away. Get me the fuck out of here. Get me back to civilization.
We'll go through this chat, what's left of this chat, and then we will call it a night, guys, because I know both of you have got a stream later on as well. And
yeah, man,
there's no point burning yourself out on 2 streams. Let me find what I'm up to with the chat because I'm completely fucking lost.
Yeah, make sure anybody that is watching needs to go over to Pop's Movie Dungeon, subscribe, and we'll be doing that prison stream later. Anthony's going to be on an upcoming stream, well, several upcoming streams, but an upcoming stream over on Pop's channel too.
Yeah, if like I said, if any of you guys that are new to my channel, or you're new in the chat, or you're new to Dirk or Brad, please go and hit them guys up. Go sub over on their channels. They've got some cool content, but you will always find us in a group of somewhat us guys and other guys chatting, discussing stuff, taking the piss, having a laugh. Yeah. What you will get with us guys is there's nothing too serious, there's nothing too heavy. It's mainly about having a good time and picking some films up, watching some films, and basically it's a good friendship thing as well. You know what I mean? In the community of us guys that are not together, you've got these guys in the States, you've got me in the UK, you've got Gizmo where the fuck does Gizmo live? Norway. Norwegian. Yeah. So we you know what I mean, we're picking up guys from all over the world here.
Chase,
so
Australia.
Yes, in Australia.
I got my buddy Darren. He's in the UK as well. You know?
Darren's in the UK. Well, I've just seen Darren pop up in here, so we'll chat in a sec. So yeah, you know what I mean. go over to everybody, sub up, like the videos, check out the other live streams, because there's loads of live streams coming up between all us guys about various things. And that's the good thing with us. We talk about anything and everything. It's not just one specific thing. You know what I mean? We're talking about video nasty stuff now. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about our favorite fucking documentaries. You know what I mean? So it's as random as it comes.
And we're not offended over here. So
nobody.
You don't have to worry about none of that.
You can't hurt anybody's feelings. But the thing is, there's between, I would say, us and some of these fake ass channels, is what I would call them. Is like that stack of movies there. We've seen all these, you know.
We've actually watched.
If we buy something, we're going to watch it. And if we tell you it's trash or you know what's going on in it, it's because we've seen it. We're not pretending like it's. You would think in a physical media YouTube channel, the easiest part would be watching this stuff. Like a lot of these motherfuckers don't watch the shit they buy.
A lot of them are reading the back of the shit.
Or they're reading the back and saying they're reviewing the movie by reading the back of the box.
Reading the synopsis.
Yeah, read the synopsis on it. I'm like, okay, you know, it's just really weird. Like, if you don't like movies, don't buy movies. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I was going to show one more. It's not.
Yeah, go for it.
It's not on the Video Nasties, but you know, this is a pretty good movie. And that's Censor.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a lot about that.
It is.
I mean, it's a horror movie, but
it's a Vinegar Syndrome release, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a partner label, I believe, of theirs. I'm not exactly sure. Is it Vinegar Syndrome? It might be.
It's
say right on the spine. If it's does it have the lady on the spine? Yeah, it's Vinegar Syndrome.
It's a VS release,
But I had the release. I just didn't know who put it out.
It's got an extra film, I believe, right?
Those are the movies that she's working on in the movie.
Yeah, the spoof movies, aren't they?
Yeah. But killer release, killer movie. I enjoy it.
It's very much about Video Nasties.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But modern, it's a modern movie.
Right. Yep.
So Dan, we've seen that one. I will catch up with this chat as you. Seen that one. Seen that. So Darren Burrows. Hello, Dan. How's it going, man? Dirk tells me you're a fellow Brit. Whereabouts in the UK you're from, man? It's nice to see a fellow Brit. I don't see many on here, to be fair. There's a couple of British guys that I chat to, but I've not really done anything with them. I don't know what it is, whether I've got more in common with you guys in the US than I have with some of the British guys on here, but it always seems to be with you guys in the US I seem to do more live stream stuff with. I don't know why that is, you know what I mean? I've never been approached by anybody from the UK really to do any kind of streaming stuff. And
of course, Trini, he's from Trinidad and Tobago, so
there you go.
Yeah, so well, Long Island, by way of Long Island.
Darren's got a plethora of knowledge on, like, you know, giallo, slashers, a lot of European films.
Cool. So good stream, guys. Been enjoying it. I subbed up earlier after Dirk gave me the heads up. Cheers, man. That's much appreciated. Again, with my channel, Darren, if you sub to me, mate, you'll find all kinds of random crap on my channel, mate. From us talking about stuff like this to people to looking at my cartoon collection to looking at some crazy sci-fi films I've got and crazy action films. There's something for everyone on my channel. That's you know what I mean. That's the other thing I can say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lee said another classic 4K as well, and probably one of the first found footage films. Yeah, I mean, 88 put a release out of it, didn't they? Not long back, a couple of weeks ago.
4K. What year is this? Cannibal Holocaust?
1980.
Yeah, 80. Yeah.
So maybe Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the first found footage.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But the style of it, because they're actually watching. These people are talking about what they're watching.
Yeah, they're watching the thing unfold, really, aren't they?
Right. And TCM's not really done that way.
Jesus Christ.
Darren says Cannibal Holocaust is a masterpiece, much better than its reputation. It's actually really well made. Oh yeah, man! Like I get all that. I do get it all, but as far as I'm concerned, the kind of films I like and that, I'm just not there with it. You know what I mean? It's.
But that line that guy says at the end, like toward the end of the movie, he says, "Who are the real cannibals?"
Yeah,
you know, like there's a lot of layers to that movie.
But Darren says, "What a great film!" R.I.P. Diodoro.
Yep, he just died not long ago.
83.
Lee, the ending says it all as well. Who were the worst people in the film, the cannibals or the film crew?
Exactly.
Darren says the animal torture is bad, but it needs to be seen as a way to get the full experience.
Yeah.
Darren says Go Video sent Mary Whitehouse a VHS copy in the 1980s release. What a big mistake!
I would love to have been a fly on the wall watching her watch that. You know?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Lee Wilson, the top 5 Vinegar Syndrome stream is awesome.
Alan did a top 5 Vinegar Syndrome stream.
Yeah,
we all did it.
Yeah, see, I would have been useless on that stream because
Anthony would have gone with 3 titles.
Yeah, I'd have gone. Yeah, Beastmaster's fantastic. It's one of my favorite films of all time. Number 4, here's Beastmaster again. number one, Beastmaster.
Probably enough, Beastmaster would be in my top 5.
Fucking right, Beastmaster would be in my top 5 of any kind of category of a film.
That's fucking nostalgia, man, big time.
But I mean, the only 2 VS titles I own are Beastmaster and Cloak and Dagger. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
Enjoyed the documentary stream, the 2v2. Yeah, man, that was good. It was something different. Again, we have been planning to do more documentary stream stuff. So
yeah, we have another.
Keep your eyes and ears open.
Top 5 documentary stream coming.
So that'll be interesting. I think more this time round, though, for me, Brad. I don't know about you, mate. I don't think it'll be a top 5. It'll probably just be 5 picks that I take out of my collection that I really like.
Yeah, it's just another 5 documentaries we all like.
Yeah, but I enjoy doing that. It was something completely different, and I mean, the kind of shit I pulled was well different to what other people was pulling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody's was different. I don't think there was one double.
Good.
Yeah, that is so wide open too, because it could be just be a special feature doc. You know, on a movie. So. Yeah.
Gizmo, I can't read, so I have to watch the fucking movie.
Oh,
yep, there you go.
That makes sense. And you're a writer, so I'm kind of scared.
Well, if I've learned anything tonight, is don't go near Dirk's house if you're a possum. Thanks, gents.
If you're in anything, they eat alligator down there. I mean, anything.
Yeah, we eat alligator tail. You know.
Also, you're a Welshman, Darren, right? From Wales. Cool.
Okay.
You're a bit further away. I'm from Wigan, obviously near Manchester. So you're not too far away from me. A couple of hours.
Oh, okay. Shit.
The UK guys like you because you remind us of Dominic Diamond. Fucking Dominic Diamond. You're trying to say I look like Dominic Diamond. Holy shit. Well,
I have no idea what that means, but okay. I like the name.
Dominic Diamond is a Scottish guy, and I'm not Scottish. I'm English. But Dominic
Why
Diamond,
does everybody think you're Scottish?
Because I've got such a northern accent.
It comes up all the time. That Scottish guy, you know, the guy on your channel. You mean Tony from Britain?
Yeah. Because I'm so far north, I've got a really strong northern accent. Some people mistake me as being Scottish or Irish. My brother, who used to go to New York quite a bit, they always thought he was Irish in New York. But no, we're from the northwest of England. But I do get it. I have got a thick northern accent. You know what I mean? It's I don't sound quintessential British.
I can see that. The Scottish accent. Yeah.
Yeah. But Dominic Diamond was was a guy that had a TV program that called Games Master, and he would host a game show very late 80s, early 90s, where they brought kids on to play video games live on the TV. And they'd win prizes and all kinds of shit. And they'd bring celebrities on, they'd challenge celebrities to play games and stuff. And then Dominic Diamond went on to do some other stuff on local cable TV, but he's also a writer and an author. And a good friend of mine, Paul, who works at HMV in town, where I get a lot of my stuff from, he's also a games author and writer as well, and he knows Dominic Diamond. So that's a bit of a weird one to throw in. I'm from Newbridge, Wales, just up the road from Newport. Cool. Fuck hell, Chris. Yeah, man, you're not too far away neither. Lee Wilson, Dominic Diamond is a blast from the past. Yeah, man. Well, I suppose I do have a look at him. You know what I mean? We're both bald. Like we've both got glasses. We've both got a beard.
Dominic Diamond.
Porn star.
Or male exotic dancer. Dominic Diamond.
Upcoming next.
Yeah. Next to
Dominic Diamond.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dominic Diamond.
Yeah.
Roller coaster just starts playing.
Right. Damn.
But no, gents, that was a fun evening. I know this is something we've been wanting to do for a while. I mean, the idea of this must have been bandied around for about 12 months. So it was finally nice to sit down and just leisurely chat about some of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously this is part one. There's another 2 parts to go, so there's another 26 films to look at. So everybody watch out for part 2. You know what I mean? For episode 2, we'll get to a point where we'll get our heads together and work out a date. I know we've got live streams galore coming up, but we'll get round to it. Again, thank you for everybody who's hung around in the chat all evening. It's much appreciated. There's been about 10 people in here all night, which is for my channel live streaming. It's like playing at Wembley Stadium. So
that's good, man.
It is for me, because I'm not the biggest of live streamers on my own channel. I used to dabble a bit, and then I sort of fucked it off. But you'll find me on other people's channels live streaming. So to get a few people in here, it's always nice. So a big thank you to you guys. If you've not done so already, please have a look at our channels. Consider subscribing. If you subscribe, hit the little notification bell. It'll give you some announcements when we upload new stuff to our channels. And if you do watch anything of ours, please give it a little thumbs up. It does help with all the YouTube algorithm crap and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But gents, have you guys got anything to say?
I just want to say, man, I don't really think anybody's covering the nasties like this on YouTube. So I think this is a great thing to do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I had a little sort of rummage through, and there is some video nasty stuff on there, and there's people that's done sort of like in-depth dives and stuff like that. But as far as just 3 dudes sit down and work their way through 13 films, no, I've not seen anybody else do that. Just have a leisurely plod through it, like it's
and the live chat, you know,
in the live chat with it as well as. So it does make it interesting, because it's been nice to see people in the live chat who have come in here because it is a video nasty stream.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They've actually turned up because we were talking video nasties.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
The freaks come out.
Yeah.
Well, that's not an insult, by the way.
No, not at all. But like I say, you guys have got a stream later on over on Pop's channel, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
In about 2 hours.
Cool.
Yep.
So you guys that are in the chat, go and check these guys out later on over on Pop's channel, over at Pop's Movie Dungeon. You'll have fun over there. I'll finish the chat off and then we'll get out of here. There's one just come in. Lee said, like Dirk said, it opens up a whole new world for collecting. It does, mate.
Yeah,
it does. It keeps things interesting. It keeps things entertaining. If everyone was to do the same thing and buy the same stuff, YouTube would be boring as fuck.
Yeah, no shit.
And there's plenty of people do that. There's plenty of people just buying stuff just to show it off, just to crash those numbers. With the three guys that sit in here, you will not see that. Yeah, you won't see that with those guys in any way, shape, or form. I can't remember the last time I bought a brand new title. It just doesn't
my
happen.
last three pickups were Harry and the Hendersons on Blu-ray.
Fucking brilliant.
Bride of
Brilliant
Chucky
film. I
on
love
Blu-ray.
it. Yeah.
And The Northman on 4K. That was in one order. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense.
Doesn't have to make sense. It's whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I that's what I like about the community that we've got going. The group of guys that we stream with is it's a bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
versatile. Yeah.
So it's good. But guys, thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having us on.
It's always a pleasure having you guys over here. Everyone take it easy. Check these guys out later on. We'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.
Later.